All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. As you can see, I am back with my next realistic rebuild in Madden 20. We're only a few weeks away now from Madden 21, so once Madden 21 comes out, I will be switching over to that and doing my rebuilds on there. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you enjoy today's video. As you can see, we're going to be playing as the Detroit Lions. This is part one to see if Matthew Stafford can actually deliver before he is booted out of the Lions, because he isn't getting any younger. So, first off, just a couple of house maintenance things. Just want to set some settings. I waited so I could show you guys. I am playing on all Madden. Going to be doing competitive style. Trade deadline is normal. Coach firing, normal. Relocation, I'm going to turn on to everyone. Injury is going to be off since I do a lot of simming. I've just learned over time that it's not a true representation if you turn injuries on, because Madden's injury stuff is just not up to par of actually being good for simulation. So don't want to waste any time on that. Just give me 1 second here. I got to respond to this. So yeah, like I said, and sorry about that. Like I said, with injury, I'm going to be turning that off. That way we get the true representation of how does the team do when everyone's playing. From these user settings, I do weekly training on auto. I'll be switching. I'll keep scouting on until week 3 so I can import the next draft class. After that, I will turn it to auto. League advances on manual. It does auto progress the players. I do change the frequency of player progression being the end of the season. So that is all for these types of settings. I did notice last time that the XP sliders are not accurate, so just bear with me while I put those back up to their normal level. Learned that in the Miami Dolphins realistic rebuild, because 2.0 did not really progress very well at all. So if you go back and watch those. The link to the first part is in the description below, at least on the YouTube channel. If you want to check out the Miami Dolphins rebuild, I did 2 parts to that. But yeah, in that one, Tua did not progress until the second part very well, because I didn't realize that the XP settings were not set to default, and they were set to 0. Definitely don't want that. Like I said, just bear with me while I do these. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on if Matthew Stafford can actually progress and do something, or if we're going to have to go shopping for another quarterback pretty soon. Again, sorry, I gotta go sit through this. I just need to get this set up. Almost done. All right. Now that's done. Now that is done, let's take a look at the lineup. As we all can see, Matthew Stafford, of course, is the quarterback. And he is 32 years old, so not going to be able to stick on here much longer. He's got to deliver here soon. I mean, the Lions haven't done the best job for him to put things around him to help him succeed. So we'll see if we can help with that. Running back, you got Kerryon Johnson. Great season last year. I had him in fantasy for part of it till he got hurt. Then he came back and still did well. Very interesting selection of bringing DeAndre Swift in. It's going to be an interesting 1-2 punch there for this year. That is for sure. DeAndre Swift definitely has the potential to be an elite running back out of the class. So curious to see. It's very interesting to see the Lions take him. Did not expect that. But could end up being a good move for him. You got Kenny Golladay on the outside. Very young wide receiver. He is only 26 years old. Still getting into his prime. Had an amazing season last year. Has a lot of potential going forward. Definitely want to keep him around as long as we can. You got Marvin Jones Jr., who is now 30. He's going to be regressing because since Madden does start regressing players at 28. So sadly, he is not probably going to stay with the team very long just due to that fact. Then you got Danny Amendola they brought in. He was with the Miami Dolphins last year. So he's definitely a great slot guy to have. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him just going forward. Offensive line is very rough. I mean, you got Taylor Decker, who's 26, so hopefully he can progress some in these first couple of years. That will help that'll still keep the left tackle position short up, but being a 74 overall at 26 is not good. Fred Ragnow, though, great center. He's only 24 years old. Going to be a key piece to the offensive line going forward. Everywhere else, we got to make upgrades. I may try to see if I can do some trades that aren't cheesing, like trying to trade for Quentin Nelson for nothing. But I may try to see what I could do. Problem is for the Lions, they don't have a lot of depth, at least on offense they don't. Want to see how the defense looks. At tight end, we got TJ Hawkinson. Great pick for them. He has a lot of potential. And then they did sign Jesse James in free agency, who was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. A good 1-2 punch there of tight ends to potentially use for Matthew Stafford. Let's take a look at the defense. Defense, we got a pretty decent D-line. I mean, Flowers came over from the Patriots. That's not the first time we've seen that happen, where a old coach from the Patriots, assistant coach, goes to a different team, and eventually a Patriot follows him there. But definitely a great person to have coming off the edge. Hand is 24 years old, definitely still developing. Some good potential there. And then you got Danny Shelton, who's 27. Definitely going to need to be looking at replacing him soon. He's not going to stick with the team very long. Sad that they already have this revealed because they don't have it for the rest of the rookies. But Jeff Okudah from Ohio State, who they drafted with their first pick this year, apparently has superstar development. I would have thought that would have been X Factor potentially. But still, he's only 21 years old, has a lot of chance there. They are pretty set at cornerback. I mean, you got Coleman, who's 27, so he's not going to stick around very long because he's only normal development. We'll definitely need to switch him at some point. And then they got Desmond Trufant. He's 30, so he's going to keep on regressing. So, I mean, they have a really good young guy in Okudah that's going to be coming up. And they have some other guys here with normal development that are young. So they have the depth in their secondary for corners. It's just they don't have anybody elite out of Okudah who's going to eventually become elite. At linebacker, definitely need some improvement. They are young. Gerard Davis is 24. Tavai is 23. Collins is 31. So, I mean, outside linebacker, definitely going to be having to make an upgrade at left outside linebacker here soon. Christian Jones is 29. So, outside linebacker for sure going to need to upgrade. We have some young guys starting at the middle linebacker position. You got Walker, who is 25 at free safety, and Harmon at strong safety, who is 29. So the defense looks pretty good. They actually have some people I might be able to make a trade to try to get an offensive lineman out of them. But there's definitely some better depth on the defense compared to the offense, which isn't surprising with being Matt Patricia being the head coach. Definitely a defensive-minded guy. But definitely got to put something in front of Matt Stafford to actually protect him. Otherwise, this is going to be a very rough rebuild. So let's see what we can do for some trades before we go and simulate the preseason. Sorry about that. My phone fell down. It was loud. Let's see. I don't want to trade away any of these top guys. They are taking a lot of cap right now, but we're going to need them this year. I would look at trading away Darryl Roberts just because he's 29, $2 million on the cap. Problem is, I doubt there's not going to be a lot of people that want him. Maybe the Falcons. They do want a cornerback. Thing is, the Falcons are just as bad with offensive linemen. So they're definitely not someone I want to look into. I mean, if they had a young defensive tackle or outside linebacker worth trying to get, maybe. But yeah, they're just not. That's just not the team that's going to do well. Just so you know, when you see this pop up, it says football team. This is the Washington team. Now that are changing their name, they haven't changed their name to what it's going to be yet. So the logo and everything is just a W, and it says Washington football team. Just because I am playing with a mod on PC that makes things up to date to current. Let's see what the Giants have. They have some offensive linemen. Andrew Thomas is young. Could put him in Will Hernandez. They do have some youth on their offensive line. It'd be better to get Will Hernandez just because he's already a 78. But Andrew Thomas, he would be someone I could plug right in on the right side. Ooh, but they are not interested, and I don't want to trade a bunch of stuff for him. So let's see about Hernandez, where the interest level is. Ooh, that's much closer. We're going to try to get Will Hernandez. I guess before we do that, I probably should look to see if anyone else is interested that has someone better. I have a feeling Hernandez is not a good development trait. I mean, the Rams have Andrew Whitworth. He's way too old. The Rams don't have anybody. Let's take a look here. Saints, Seahawks, Steelers, Texans, Titans, Vikings. Okay. Oh, the Vikings. Okay. No. Brian O'Neill's also 24. He's right tackle, only normal development. So let's go back to the Giants and just confirm that Will Hernandez is normal development. He is not. He's star. I actually would take him then. So, okay. So trade this away. What else are they wanting? They want a QB. I mean, Chase Daniels, he's eating up a lot of cap space. I doubt they'll do this. And Chase Daniels is not going to be a starter for them. But, yeah, they don't want him. Let's see here. I don't want to trade any offensive linemen. I don't have a defensive tackle to trade. I mean, at this point, I have to trade a pick. And might be able to get away with a 5th-round pick. All right, they took it. So Roberts and a 5th-rounder to get Will Hernandez onto the team. Automatically already upgrading one of our positions in need with offensive line. We've shored up our left side with Ragnow, Hernandez, and Decker on the left now, all-star development. So that is a good first move. I don't have any depth to trade away more to try to get somebody on the right. Just because of, I have more cornerbacks, but I got to keep what I have. And I think that's a good first move, just to shore up the left side. So, if you've watched my Dolphins rebuild, you will remember I do not... oh, goodness, hold on. So one of the weird things with this franchise is I have to have another team, and it happens to be the Chiefs. So I just got to put them on autopilot. So that way it's just like the AI is still using them. Because I'm not playing as them. So that way it can advance each week. All right. So, like I was saying, actually, let's look at the improved team really quick. Wait, like I said, I don't have the depth. Keep on forgetting. Like I was saying, though, with preseason, I advanced to the last week because I like doing my own cuts in the preseason because the AI for Madden they cut people that shouldn't be cut. So I like to do that myself. Okay. I gotta cut 19 guys. Oof. So, Dan Skipper. Yes, we will cut Dan Skipper. David Blau. Yeah, I mean, I didn't, yeah. Caleb, yeah, we'll cut him. CJ Moore. Basically anybody they're telling me to cut, I'm going to cut. I'll put him on the practice squad so that way the AI doesn't go and sign a bunch of people to the practice squad. Yeah, Wes Hills will go to the practice squad. Kenny Wiggins. We will cut you because you're not going to penalize me at all. Practice squad. Practice squad. All these guys that could go to the practice squad are going there. Elijah Lee. How many wide receivers do I have? Way too many. Going to the practice squad. Okay, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wide receivers. That's good. Tight end, we have 4. We don't need 4 wide receivers. So, Isaac, you're getting cut. Left tackle, keep. Left guard's good. Keep those guys. Keep those guys. Okay. Defensive end, we have 4 left ends. Yeah, we have Julian Okwara as well, who they drafted. He's hidden development right now, so he's star or better, but definitely someone that potentially will be up and coming on the D line. That being the case, to save some cap, for now, I'll cut Austin Bryant. Oh no, that's gonna be a penalty. And that's gonna be a penalty. Okay, don't want to cut any of those guys because of penalty. Defensive tackle, we want to keep those 2, keep those 3. All right, we have 6 cornerbacks. Want to keep all those guys. We have 3 free safeties. Okay, we're gonna cut him. Not that bad of a penalty. Strong safety. All right, we gotta cut one more guy. So we have 5 running backs. So Jason Huntley. Also 23. We're going to cut Bo because he's not going to penalize us. And the other guy's actually... We're going to lose cap when we cut him. And we get a penalty. So... Alright, that gets us to the limit we need to be. Go one more week. See the lineup now. We're going to generate the best lineup. I mean, this just shows how bad the Lions are. They have nobody with superstar X Factor abilities. Oh, that's rough. Let's look at the specialist because I want to put DeAndre Swift in as the 3rd down running back. Yeah, Amendola should be in the slot. This is who is rushing. We're going to put the rookie in the rush right end. Yeah, that looks good. And we're going to upgrade our players. All right, we're going to simulate the week 3. We already have someone ready to negotiate. Who wants to negotiate? Cordy Glenn? Yeah, you're not coming back. Man, Galladay is going to be up for contract. That's going to be a rough one. And Taylor Decker is too. So we got a few guys we're going to have to try to re-sign in the off-season. But we're going to simulate the week 3 so that way we can get to a point to do the scouting and bring in the draft class, and then we'll change the setting, and then we'll go to the playoffs and see if we can make it and see how Matthew Stafford does. With that being the case, because I did talk about let's see how much time Stafford has on his contract. because that will determine how far we go with this before we start looking for another quarterback. So he's got 3 years left on his contract. He's got a massive cap hit for the team. Right now, there's no way we could probably even cut him and not lose any money. But 3 years left. He would be 35 in his last season then. 34 or 35. But, so that's going to be rough because right now, we're basically washing out. If we were to cut him, the penalty we get, we would actually lose $500,000 by cutting him. So maybe in the next 2 years at some point, if it's not that bad of a penalty, we'll cut him. But right now, not a reason to. But it does put a little bit more of a clock on this of how soon we got to look for another quarterback because he's going to want more money and he needs to actually do something with the team. Now, I mean, this year, potentially, I'm not expecting to make the playoffs. It's probably going to be a wash just because the fact of he needs some better protection up front. But next year's going to be hard also because we're going to have a lot of guys that leave and guys that are getting old. All right, let's see what we can get in from a draft class perspective. We need 2021 draft class. I'm going to need a download one. Just because I think one of those will break it. All right, so let's see which 2021 draft class we have. That'd be this one. It's been downloaded a lot. It was added in August of last year. This one was downloaded in February. Was made in February. I think this is. And this is C4. If you don't know about C4, he is another streamer of Madden on YouTube. Great guy. Does a lot of good rebuilds. He's been doing a pretty awesome stream of going back in history with the Eagles and trying to see what he can do through the years because there's a mod being able to start back in 2003. And so he does that. It's pretty awesome to watch just to see what he's been able to do with the Eagles through that and see how McNabb has done. So I'll probably download his draft class. He has kind of inspired me. I'm thinking about doing that with the Miami Dolphins. I've been doing one on my own just to test it out, but I'm actually really enjoying it, and my team is amazing. I think I'm about ready to go into 2012, and I was able to take Aaron Rodgers with one of the drafts, and I've got Calvin Johnson and Antonio Brown. I just drafted him, but I think I've won the Super Bowl twice now with that Dolphins team. And the Dolphins, as Dolphins fans know, sucked in real life from 2003 to the present. They made the playoffs once in that time, and they made some really bonehead moves in the drafts where they could have gotten some really good people. So it's been really fun to relive that in a different light. So I'm thinking about actually doing that as an episodic thing on the YouTube channel. If you've not been into our YouTube channel yet, it's called HitPoint. We have a link on Twitch to it, but if you go to YouTube and type in HitPoint Show, it should pop up, or you just put in youtube.com/HitPoint, and it's there. But I'm thinking about starting to do an episodic thing of the Miami Dolphins on there, with going back in time through their history. I was wanting to start that this week, but this week has been crazy, so it did not happen. So we're definitely going to scout Trevor Lawrence here, because if the Lions suck and they have a really high pick again, it might be worth just taking him and having him sit behind Matthew Stafford for a couple of years. Panay would be awesome too, just to get an anchor on the offensive line. Wide receiver would be a good pick for them because they're outside of Kenny Golladay. They're not going to have anyone, and if Golladay would go away in free agency, that puts us in a bind too. So, did enough scouting there. Going to see what I can do with spending some coach XP. Yeah, we will do the increased weekly XP. That will help. And now we're going to go into the settings and change it to auto for the scouting aspect. And we're going to sim to the playoffs and see what happens. All right, here we go. So it does, yep, for sure look like we did not make the playoffs. No surprise there. We will look and see how we actually did for the season. Looks like we went 5-11. Not good. I don't think we were probably the worst team. We were not. That goes to the Colts. Wow, with Phillip Rivers. Colts was the worst team in the NFL, tied with the Raiders and Rams for the worst record. We weren't far behind, being 5-11, so it looks like we have the 5th pick in the draft. Dolphins, the Tua experiment does not start off well, going 6-10. Washington goes 6-10. And we got the Bengals with Joe Burrow making the playoffs with 10-6. Dang. Chargers 12-4 with Justin Herbert. Wow. Oh, I didn't even look to see where the Patriots went 11-5 with Cam Newton. So that's pretty crazy to see how the rookie quarterbacks did. Matthew Stafford, though, did not have a bad year. 4,300 yards, 33 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Not horrible. He was sacked 37 times. That's not good. So that's not bad. Rushing, we could have done better. Carry-on did not get to 1,000 yards. Him and DeAndre Swift with the splitting did not really become a 1-2 weapon this year. I mean, it's kind of sad to see DeAndre Swift didn't go off more, but getting that third down back role. Receiving, wow. Kenny Golladay, 6 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. Good season. Danny Amendola, though, over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. Hawkinson had a good second year as the top tight end. DeAndre Swift did get involved in the receiving game, but getting over 500 yards, 3 touchdowns. So did Kerryon Johnson, though, 5 touchdowns. So definitely a lot of yards coming from passing, and even from the running backs getting involved heavily in that way. And Jesse James getting involved with 1 touchdown too. Blocking wise, Cordy Glenn, did not do well. Taylor Decker, though, this is where we see our guards. Taylor Decker had 8 sacks, Ragnow had 4, and then Hernandez had 3. Hernandez was a great pickup for us. Defensively, Tavai had 112 tackles, really good. Tackle for loss. You got 18 from Trey Flowers, 17 from Jamie Collins, 15 from Deshaun Hand. Great job there. Sacks, 10.5 sacks from Trey Flowers. Otherwise, not that great. Interceptions, we did not do good on interceptions at all. Yeah, that is 6 interceptions for the year. That is not good. So that explains why we lost so much, because we were not picking off the ball. We did get a touchdown with Will Harris, but just our defense did not deliver. I mean, our offense was 9th in the NFL, and our defense was 25th. So for as good as our defense being on paper, our offense actually played exceptionally better. So that is not good to see, knowing who some of the people who are going to want new contracts. So Cam Newton wins the MVP with the Patriots. Ryan Tannehill right behind him with the Titans. Oh, Tannehill, you got put into a perfect system after leaving Miami. Yeah. It shows that Miami's system was part of the problem for him. Not saying he's outstanding, but that's what I mean. Being in the Titans, he doesn't have to be outstanding. They got Derrick Henry. AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Don't really matter because we're in the NFC. Christian McCaffrey Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC. Matthew Stafford actually did get on that list at number 9, so that's a surprise. Defensive Player of the Year, Anthony Barr. No Lions. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Jefferson. DeAndre Swift did get on the list. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Isaiah Simmons. No surprise there. Okudah did make the list, though, at number 4, and so did Aquara at number 7. I could be butchering these guys' names, so I apologize. Just let me know in the comments. Best quarterback was Teddy Bridgewater. Man, 13-3. Man, if Bridgewater could have a season like that, that would be awesome. Just because that just shows how he learned so much from Drew Brees, and he just needed the opportunity. Matthew Stafford did make the list. Tom Brady's on the list. They went 7-9. Wow. If that happens with the Buccaneers, I don't know if Brady will stick around after that. Best running back, Christian McCaffrey, no surprise, no Lions. Best wide receiver, Julio Jones. Falcons went 6-10. That's terrible. Amendola was number 3. Best offensive lineman was Zach Martin. How much you gonna bet? I'm gonna bet $1 that Quentin Nelson is in the top 5 for the AFC best offensive lineman. Oh, I owe someone $1. Normally, I always see Quentin Nelson on the list. I don't know who I owe $1, but I owe somebody $1. Or I owe somebody $1. Best defensive lineman was Sue with the Buccaneers. Lions, we did have Trey Flowers. Best linebacker, Khalil Mack. Collins did make the list. Best defensive back, Peppers with the Giants. And no Lions make the list. Very interesting. All right, let's look at the lineup. Doesn't look like we've had anyone develop yet, which they won't until the Super Bowl anyways. Galladay is up to a 91, but he has a +4 morale boost, so not actually up there yet. Defensively, Akora was a star development. Kuda's up to 80. I think that's without morale, so that's really good. He officially will become the number 2 cornerback, potentially number 1 after the season. I didn't look to see what DeAndre Swift was. DeAndre Swift is only a star development, so that's kind of disappointing. You'd think he would be better, being one of the best running backs coming out in the draft. All right, so we're going to advance to the Super Bowl. See who's there. All right, Ravens and Cowboys. That would be an interesting Super Bowl to see. Dak Prescott getting his last chance, potentially being on the franchise tag this year, and Lamar Jackson going off, Mr. Madden cover himself. That would be intriguing. So Matthew Stafford. I believe Matthew Stafford became superstar. I think he was only star. So this is a good move. Progression, yeah, superstar development. So Matthew Stafford's now at superstar development. It's a good start for keeping him around for a little bit longer. Defensively, it doesn't look like we had anybody else develop. So, but Matthew Stafford does go up to superstar development. Oh, so did Trey Flowers. So that's a good move there too. Sad that Trey Flowers is a little older, though. All right, go to the offseason. Let's see what we can do. Got 17 guys who want to renegotiate. Cordy Glenn, you are not sticking around. So Kenny Galladay is 27 now. He wants a 5-year contract. He's going to start regressing after next year. I don't want to give him a 3-year, though, because that cap hit is so bad. Ugh. So I'm going to give him... I got to bring him back. I just don't want to... I'm not offering him any more than this, so if he doesn't take it... Okay, he takes it. So we still have Kenny Galladay, but he is not going to be able to stick around long term because he's of his age. Marvin Jones, we're going to let walk. Matt Prater, I can try to get another kicker. Danny Amendola, he's 35. I can't bring Danny Amendola back, even though he had a really good year. Same thing with Taylor Decker. He's 27 now, too, and that's going to be such a huge cap hit. Ugh. I'd give him a 3-year, and I'm going to give him less than what he wants, so he's probably not going to take it because that's just way too much of a cap hit. Yeah, he's going to go to free agency. Maybe looking at Sewell and Panay in the draft, but he'll probably be gone before pick 5. Gerard Davis, definitely want to try to bring back, even though he's only normal development. Like, He's 2025. Give him a 3-year contract. Bump it up just a tad. And he should take it. And he does. Reggie Ragland's 26, 70 overall. I could get that depth somewhere else. I'll look at to see what other punters are available. Mike Ford's 26. I'm going to let him walk. I'm going to let the rest of these guys walk because we don't have a ton of cap room left. And we're going to need to see if there's any wide receivers that come out. We're going to need to try to get one. So I'm going to let it go from there. And we're going to take a look at the lineup and see where we're at before we go on to the and see who's available in free agency. So yeah, wide receiver for sure, because after Golladay we have Cephas here. Definitely need some wide receivers out of free agency and the draft. Offensive line still in the same boat. We need another left tackle now. We definitely need to fix the right side still. Defensively, Shelton is a 74 overall now. He definitely is starting to regress. Although his morale is way down, so that shouldn't be back to normal by the time we get to the actual season. Trufant, though, his morale is down, but he's starting to regress more. We're going to move Okuda up to the top corner. Linebacker, we are definitely struggling. The thing that stinks is that even though I have a lot of defensive tackles, way too many defensive tackles, none of them are good enough to justify going to a 4-3. So if we can get another defensive tackle, we'll move. I would definitely consider going to a 4-3 because we don't have good linebackers. So yeah, definitely something to consider at some point. But yeah, this is just a rough team. This is going to be a hard rebuild. I already can tell. Looking at free agents, Calais Campbell's out there. He's 35 years old, not worth trying to get. Trent Williams, though, he's 33, but he wants a lot of money, and a lot of people are going after him. Richard Sherman, I mean, he's a good cornerback, but he's 33 years old now, and the way that Madden treats people with their age, it's just not worth it. Alvin Kamara is 26. He would be a huge upgrade right off the bat at running back, but I did that in the Dolphin rebuild. I took Kamara. I don't really want to repeat myself already, especially since I have some guys who are really young at running back. Desmond King, though, he's a scheme fit. He's 26 years old. He only wants a 3-year contract, so that's not bad. I just don't know if I can outbid the Giants with what I need at wide receiver. Rob Gronkowski is available at 31 years old. I mean, if he wasn't that old, I would take him. Marcus Williams is available at 24. I don't know how to say that. Ionitis. That's how I'm going to say it. He would be good. He would help me go switch to a 4-3. So, and no bids have been made on him yet. I'm not going to offer yet, but I'm going to keep an eye on him. Kareem Hunt's there. Don't need him. Keanu Neal. He's 26. He's better than Harmon, who I have. I'd have to get rid of Harmon if I brought him in, and I don't know if that's going to be possible. Jonathan Jones, Sheldon Rankins, who's 27. No, Levante David. Todd Gurley's here. That's surprising. See, this is what stinks. There's no wide receivers, really. Sammy Watkins is 28. No point in bringing him in. Larry Fitzgerald's here. Demarcus Robinson. He's 25. I need the depth. So at this point, no point in not offering him a contract. I'll give him a 4-year just to help with the cap a little bit. Amendola's still there. Kendrick Bourne, John Ross. I mean, none of these guys are guys that I'm like, ooh, look at that. Ooh, Josh. Oh, well, the Dolphins are going after Josh Reynolds. I don't want to get in a bidding war for him, but he would have been someone I would have considered. Yeah, there's some other guys here, though, that no one's going after. Preston Williams is available. I am going after him. He would be a great addition to the team, and I will for sure get him locked up to a long-term contract. If the Dolphins are going to let him go, I will gladly jump on their mistake. All right. So defensive tackle. said I was going to wait to make him an offer. I am going to wait to make him an offer because I want to see if anyone else tries to get him. I'm not concerned with going with cornerback. I mean, like I said, Marcus Williams, out of everyone that's a free agent, Marcus Williams is the one I'm most intrigued with because he's only 24 years old. He's going to be a huge cap hit for me, but especially because I got to compete with Washington, and I don't think I can. Like that gets me up to 98. I can't go more than that. I don't have the money. So we gotta hope that maybe he's like, I would rather play for Detroit than Washington. So we're gonna advance a week, see who is still available, see who signs with who. We get Robinson and Williams. Well, Preston Williams. Marcus Williams does reject our offer. So wide receiver, though, we're already looking way better than we did. Yes, these guys are normal development, but Preston Williams has that potential to go off and develop and become better and get some better development traits. And no bids have been made on Alvin Kamara. That's shocking. See, now Keanu Neal is getting offers. Like that would have been the only reason to actually make something. Same thing with Ioannidis. He would have been willing. It would have been good too. But even though he's being offered, it's only 64 points. So still, I would be similar to everyone else. Well, I'm going to give him a 2-year contract, and I'm not going to give him what he actually wants. I'm not where he wants me to be, so we'll bump it up a little because this still is not as bad for a cap hit. And that's 70 points. I'm 6 points ahead of the Buccaneers. So I do have a chance there to get him. Cam Newton actually is available. I didn't notice that. Interesting. I mean, I got to keep an eye on Kamara and Hunt. If after this week, if they don't have any offers next week, I might put out an offer, just a low ball offer, because they would revitalize the running game, and I might just offer them a 1 year, just to try them out. Wide receiver wise, we're gonna look again next week, see who else is there. No need to go after Gronk. We do need a left tackle. Desperately need a left tackle, and we aren't going to probably get Panay, so I got to try to grab somebody else. Cameron Irving may be the guy. Just that these guys are really bad. I'm going to have to try. I have to take a tackle in the draft. That's just what it comes down to. I mean, even at my right guard and right guard and right tackle are horrible as well. But I don't want to invest the money in these guys. Like, he actually might not be. I'll keep an eye on him as well, because he may be someone worth grabbing. Yeah, these guys don't have any reason to grab them. I mean, Desmond King's there still, but he's being made offers now. Jonathan Jones is available, not being offered anything. Someone I might look at trying to grab. Or maybe Jordan Lewis, since he is a scheme fit. Yeah, let's go one more week, see who's available. Not going to try to make any trades. I mean, I'd like to trade to get some more draft picks, but I just don't have anything to do that. Frank Ragnow would definitely want to do his next. Yeah, I definitely want to pick up his 5th-year option rather than having to negotiate that contract right away. All right, we did get Ioannidis, so that justifies the switch to 4-3. I'm definitely making that switch because we are not going to get the linebackers we need in this offseason. So we are currently a 3-4 under. We are going to make that switch. Probably do maybe a base 4-3. I mean, we have the scheme, the people on the team right now to justify a 46 defense. But I would rather do a base 4-3. So that base 4-3 now, that does put it to where we have Ioannidis and Danny Shelton as our defensive tackles and Handed Flowers on the outside. And now Jamie Collins, Tavai, and Jones are our outside linebackers. I might move Aquara to outside linebacker. If just based on the fact he is a speed rusher. His play recognition needs to go up. But I think he could potentially play outside. So we're going to move him to left outside linebacker and see what his rating is. Oh, actually needed to move him to the right. So let me make that switch another change really quick. Go to right outside linebacker. All right, he's 74 overall. That was a good move. Definitely gives us something better than what we had at right outside linebacker. And he's still going to be the rushing guy, so that works out really well. Yeah, that is exactly what we need. DeAndre Swift is still going to be there, though. All right. So looking at free agency, since we are in that last week where we could potentially lowball some guys, let's take a look. DeAndre Swift is still going to be there, though. All right. So looking at free agency, since we are in that last week. Sorry, I'm just changing some settings here. Having some issues with chat on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube watching this, I'm not going to be able to see your comments, unfortunately, just because it seems to be having some issues with connecting in. I seem to have that with OBS a lot, and I don't understand why. It has issues with YouTube. So sorry about that if you're making any comments on YouTube and I'm not seeing them. Okay, so Alvin Kamara got a low ball offer from the Texans. I know I said I didn't want to do this because I took him in the Miami Dolphins rebuild, but to even just sign him for 1 year at a low ball contract offer, I think is worth it. That's even worse than the Texans, though, so I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm happy with my running backs. It's just because of, man, the Texans are going to get him for so little if he signs with them. Ndamukong Suh's out there. Didn't realize that. I mean, I think we're at that point with wide receivers. Everyone's starting to get offered stuff. There are some guys who are not. Rashard Higgins might be worth grabbing. Let's just see who else is out there. Man, the Dolphins let like all their wide receivers go. Oof. Noah Brown. I'm going to sign him. It's not a very big contract from out of Ohio State. Give him a 3-year contract. Going to lower it a little bit. Help with that cap hit. Should still be able to get him. Left tackle. Jason Peters is 39 years old, but he is definitely the best one still there, and we are definitely lowballing him. And so he probably won't even sign with us, but we need a left tackle because that's only 35 points. Right guard, same thing. Osemele, no, he's getting offered something now. So I'd rather just keep the guy that we have, even though he's really bad. Don't need to do left end. We did defensive tackle. We're good there now. Left outside linebacker. Not worried about that currently. Middle linebacker, no. Jordan Jenkins, no. Cornerback. Let's see if any of these guys are not being offered anything. I mean, Jonathan Joseph isn't, but I don't want him. Trey Herndon is not being offered anything. Daryl Worley's not being offered anything. Kevin King. I would have gone for Kevin King. I might still go for Kevin King. I don't care that he's being offered something from the Raiders. He's young. He's not going to be that bad of a cap hit for us. Oh, that's only a tie. This will definitely be my last offer. All right, so we got 3 guys we're negotiating with. Doubt Peters will sign with us because he'll just sit there and hope that he can get signed in actual free agency by somebody. Wow, I am wrong. Peters does sign. King signs with us, and Brown. That definitely helps our O-line because, like I said, I don't think we're going to get Panay because I think he'll get taken before pick 5. But that definitely does help us. Just shore up the left side a little bit again, getting Peters. But yeah, definitely the right side's still rough. Wide receiver, I am very intrigued now. Definitely want Williams over Brown playing. Williams for sure will be at the slot. And then even defensively, I'm feeling pretty good with the switch to 4-3. King is going to play over Trufant just due to age. Okuda's getting the number 1 spot. All right. Let's go to the draft and see who we can get in our first official draft. All right, Indianapolis Colts on the clock. Let's take a look at the draft board before we get going. So Trevor Lawrence is an early first rounder. I'm going to add him to the board because if he's there at pick 5, I might have to take him. Panay I don't think will be. We'll put him to our board though. Jamar Chase would be a good pickup for us. Justin Fields may even be worth a flyer if he's there later. Rondale Moore for sure would be a great pickup. He is for sure the best wide receiver in this class. I don't think he'll be there for us though. Surtain, great pickup. Micah Parsons. I mean, there's a lot of good guys here that would be worth drafting. It's just I have so many needs, which is a good thing. But at the same time, we have a lot of needs. Dylan Moses would be great to add to our linebacking core. Wyatt Davis would be good to add to the offensive line. Got some good D tackles here. I mean, I'm just trying to star all the guys who are first rounders, even if they're supposed to be according to later picks, should not be. But they have that value of actually being a first rounder, even though they are in later rounds. I don't think there's going to be anybody this late that's actually first round value. So, all right, we're going to simulate pick by pick here. It doesn't take that long to simulate, so there goes Panay. Like I said, he was not going to make it to pick 5. Colts take him. Definitely helping out their O-line. That's crazy. Raiders take Jamar Chase. That's a surprising pick with where they're at as a team. There goes Rondale Moore to Jacksonville. That actually could be good, except who's going to throw to him. And then you got the Steelers who take Surtain. So that is a very Steeler-like pick. So let's see what I'm being offered in trades, because a lot of the guys I wanted just got taken. The Jets are offering for me to go back to pick 12, go back 7 picks, get their second rounder this year and their first rounder next year. Not horrible, but not really what I want. I'd rather have picks next year. The Broncos are offering me to just go back to number 10, and I'll get their first and second next year. The Jaguars, because they have 2 picks, are offering me to go back to number 11. They want to trade back up and give me their first rounder next year. The Washington football team offering me their first, 4th this year and the 5th next year, so no. The Dolphins, who have multiple picks, are offering me their second first-round pick, their first-round pick next year, and their second-round pick this year. If I was going to take any, I would probably take Denver's. But let's see who's here. Because Trevor Lawrence, I could just pull the trigger and take Trevor Lawrence. He is going to be solid, and he's 20 years old. So I don't have to start him this year at all. He's just there to take over the reins from Stafford when Stafford goes bye-bye. Xavier Thomas would be a great pick. Get some youth on the D-line. Sean Wade would be a good 1-2 punch to have with Okudah, just like in Ohio State. Justin Ross is a good wide receiver as well. Fits of the mold we need. Really just jumps on the other side next to Galladay right off the bat, and he's only 21. I mean, beyond that, from offensive line perspective, Creed Humphrey would be a great pick. We would move him into a guard position and keep Ragnow in the center, but great pick. Jalen Waddle would be a good wide receiver pick. This is hard. There's a lot of good guys here, and I don't think some of these guys will make it to pick 10 if I trade with the Broncos. But we are so bad, we kind of have to take that risk and trade back to get more picks for next year, because we're going to need them. To have 2 picks in the first round next year would really be helpful. The only thing I could do is take like Xavier Thomas and then trade away one of the defensive ends and get back into the first round. Like in one of these next 5 picks. I just don't see anybody doing that, because I'm going to have to give them more than that. Oh, I wish more of you were watching, because I'd actually would ask you for some advice, but because I have a head scratcher here of what I really should do. So that draft offer from the Broncos is not horrible. I'm going to try to do my own trade, because knowing that Miami has 2 picks in the first round, I almost would like to see if I can get both their first round picks and let them trade up. And I just want to see, I think I can pull it off. They move up to number 5, give me both their first rounders, and I will give them... I don't think they want Will Harris. Nope. I mean, I'm fleecing my own team, my favorite team, but I would give them Desmond Trufant. Get rid of some of that cap. And someone who's older, they don't want him. So that doesn't work. Knowing how Miami is and what they actually need. I mean, they need offensive linemen. That's 100% for sure. But they did let all those wide receivers go. And if I were to take a wide receiver here, what about Noah Brown? He's young. They don't want him. The only other person I could do, because I know they would love to have a good running back, I could trade them Kerryon Johnson. And let the DeAndre Swift experiment start now. But I would have to trade them another pick. Or maybe Jesse James. They want a tight end to go along with Gesicki. Nope. Oh, I don't think I can give them what they want, because I'd love to give them this guy who's cost me $10 million, and they actually want him. And Miami makes stupid choices, so he is a horrible tackle. Too much cap. They have the cap. But his overall's so bad that it doesn't even work. I think I would have to give him something I don't want to give. Which really stinks. I would give him a 3rd rounder along with Kerryon. It's closer. I mean, I'm taking both their first round picks and they're trading up. I mean, we're swapping 1 first rounder. They're going up two slots. And I am getting 2 other picks. And then I would give them an extra 2nd rounder. They still won't do it. That's just it. I mean, I would end up having 2 first-round picks, but I would be losing picks for this draft. I mean, I guarantee you they would take Matthew Stafford. But I'm going to get hit with a big cap penalty for that. And I'm not ready to move away from Stafford. I mean, what about Demarcus Robinson? They do like him. I just signed him, but being able to move back and get an extra first rounder makes it worth it. I just don't think I have what they want to be able to do this type of trade. At least not with people I'm willing to trade away. I mean, I'll give him Jason Peters because I'll take another tackle in the draft, and he's old. Yeah, it's not going to work. It'd be really nice to get both those picks. That's where I'm almost wondering, could I grab their second first rounder? I don't think I could. All right. I think I just got to take the Broncos trade, get those extra picks for next year, and go back to number 10. I'm taking a risk for sure. They took Xavier Thomas. Not a surprising pick. I mean, of all the teams here in front of me, the only one that would take a quarterback that logistically makes sense would be the Washington football team or the Falcons, just because the Falcons could be grooming someone behind Matt Ryan. And for Washington, they would be replacing forgot his name from Ohio State, but yes, their quarterback from Ohio State, they wouldn't be replacing him. So it's worth the risk, in my opinion. I am not going to try to trade back up. And the Jets take Trevor Lawrence. Apparently, Sam Darnold's going to be leaving the Jets. So goodbye. Justin Ross goes to the Dolphins. That's a good pick for them with all the receivers they let go. Falcons take Sean Wade. And Justin Fields goes to both Ohio State guys are now with the Washington team. And there I took the risk and it failed. All the guys that I was looking at got taken in those 5 picks. And now I'm stuck and I don't know who to take. So I'm going to take Creed Humphrey. I've got some wide receivers. Jalen Waddle will be a great wide receiver. But we have to shore up the offensive line at this point. It's not a fancy pick, but Creed Humphrey is going to be a great player on our offensive line. Ranked number 9 in value, took him at 10. So good pick there. He'll move over to a guard position, and we've shored up the part of the right side of our line. So not a flashy pick, but a necessary pick. Micah Parsons goes to Jaguars with their second pick. Jets take Debo. They had 2 picks. Should have looked at them, apparently. Tight end goes to from Penn State, goes to the Buccaneers. Join Tom Brady. Jalen Waddle, 75 overall, goes to the Chiefs. Israel Mukuamu goes to the Cardinals. Dolphins are back up with their second pick of the draft. And they take Jackson Carman, left tackle. Not a bad pick for them. Dylan Moses goes to the Bears. Wow, if Dylan Moses comes out next year, that would be a great fit for him to just learn from Khalil Mack. That would be outstanding for him. Tufele goes to the Vikings. Javon Holland goes to the Bills. I don't know why I'm just simulating one by one now. I'm just kind of curious, who am I missing out on? So we're just going to now advance to my pick. ETN goes in the second round to the Steelers. That will be a very good spot for him. All right, Bears are offering me their first round pick and second round and fifth round pick next year to take this second round pick for me. Texans are offering me a first round next year, a third round this year, and a fourth round this year. Titans, first, third, and fifth. Steelers, a first, sixth, and third. So far, nobody's really offering me anything that I want. I can move back in the second round to the 49ers pick and get their first rounder next year. Don't really want to do that. Let's see who's available. On my draft board, Marco Wilson, Trey Smith, and Marquise Hayes are available. Marquise Hayes was a late first rounder. I think all these guys are late first rounders. Shoring up that right side of the offensive line. I think that's what we have to do here. Again, not a fancy pick, but it sets us up. It'd be great to take Marco Wilson, but gotta take Marquise Hayes. Hidden development, ranked number 24 in value. Took him at 37. Great pick for us, and we'll see what happens. Trey Smith then goes, and Carlos Basham Jr. to the Dolphins. Oh, shoot. I did not want to do that. Well, computer's drafting the rest of the draft because I hit the wrong button, and computer sucks at drafting, so at least I got my offensive lineman. Oh, crap. We did take a quarterback, Alan Bowman. Definitely worth taking one. He is hidden development, so that's interesting. Took Amari Rogers, normal development. Corey Durden, defensive tackle. So, yeah. Quarterback, actually, computer didn't do horrible. But from a draft class overall, Panay was the best, Jamar, and then Rondale Moore. Sertan, Xavier Thomas, next up, Trevor Lawrence. Still can't believe the Jets took him. It's so stupid that they took him. Like, that really, I don't like, being a Dolphins fan, I don't like the Jets. And there's no way they're going to take Trevor Lawrence with Sam Darnold still being as young as he is. That is just a stupid move on the AI. Hashtag fix Madden franchise. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you just see pop up in Madden of just the AI of the different teams. It doesn't make any sense of some of the moves they make. Let's just look at this really quick. Then I'll get off my soapbox. The Jets at quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is better than Sam Darnold, yes. But Sam Darnold, who is in what year of his contract? He's in his final year of his contract, is 24 years old. They are going to say, screw you, Sam Darnold. You don't get to play this year. We're going to bench you on your last year, and we're going to put Trevor Lawrence in. When Sam Darnold perfectly well could still develop, only being 24 years old. It's just, there's no reason they would give up on him yet. They want to give him one more year, and that's not what the AI is doing. And yes, I'm upset because I was going to take him and to have him develop behind Matthew Stafford, but can't do anything about it now. All right, looking at the offense now. We're going to generate the best lineup. We're going to move Humphrey. Actually going to move Humphrey out to right tackle. See what his overall is. 77. So left tackle for sure we're going to need to look at for next year. But that does put us in a position where our O-line for this year is way better than it was. So that should help out Matthew Stafford to potentially do better. Wide receiver-wise, still looking pretty good. Bowman is sitting behind Stafford now. We'll see what he ends up being development trait-wise. To me, he just looks like he'll probably be another Matthew Stafford, and that's not really what we want. Defensively, yeah, we're looking good to be in that 4-3. Got to move Okuda back up to number 1. Got to move King up to number 3. Looking at specialist positions, we are, looks like we're good to go here for the most part. Just got to make a couple changes. All right. Here we go. Going into the preseason, I guess actually first I need to change my settings again. Need to put scouting back on because I got to bring in the 2022 draft class. Really quick, I am going to spend some coach XP. Going to use this on O-line. And I think that's it for now. All right, go into the preseason. Upgrade our players. Just got to simulate through here like normal, get to the last week of the preseason so we can cut who we want to cut and not be stuck with guys that I don't want cut being cut. Upgrade our players. All right, going into week 4. Let's do look here and see who's available on the trade block. Mariota is available. Josh Rosen is available. That's not surprising. Running back wise, Ronald Jones, Duke Johnson, Rashad Penny, Jordan Howard. Hines is available from the Colts. Don't need a running back. Wide receiver wise, Kiki Kuti would be not a bad addition, but don't need him. Tight end, Goddard from the Eagles is available. Good pairing with Hawkinson, but not a necessity. Left tackle, no. Left guard, definitely no. Center, no. Right guard, no. Right tackle, no. Right end, we got D Ford out there, who is now 30 years old. Man, he pops up on the trade block a lot. If I didn't have defensive ends, I probably would do it, but I don't need them. Outside linebacker. I want to give Aquara a chance starting this year. Middle linebacker. No one worth grabbing. Malik Harrison's available from the Ravens. Don't want to do that. Cornerback. Not going to grab anyone. Free safety, Julian Love. Strong safety, Kari Willis. So we'll let all that stay. Don't need to waste any trading on any of those guys. Going on to week 4 of the preseason. I got to cut 10 guys. Let's upgrade everyone in here first. John Atkins, you're getting cut. Let's see. Chase Daniel. You're going to give me a little bit of a penalty, but I'm cutting you. Nick Williams, you're going to give me a penalty, but I'm cutting you. Wes Hills, you're getting cut. John Panisse, yeah, you're getting cut. Kevin Strong, I got to keep some other defensive tackles around. You're going to stay. Christian Jones, you're going to give me a penalty as well. Chris Lacey, he'll cut you. Let's see how many wide receivers we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just drafted Amari Rogers. We're going to move Travis Fulgham to the practice squad as well as Quintez Cephas. That gives us 5 wide receivers on the team. Tight end, we got 3. I got to get rid of 2 more guys. We want to keep those. We want to keep them. We want to keep those 2, and 3 right tackles. We'll get rid of Tyrell Crosby. And then, man, actually, I would have rather gotten rid of you, but you're going to give me so much of a penalty. That is a horrible signing by the Lions. Wow. Left end, you're going to penalize me. We're going to move you to the practice squad. All right. Going into week 1. Let's see how we could do in our second season here. Again, still ticked off that the Jets took Trevor Lawrence when they had no need to do that. But, c'est la vie. Go to week 2. Upgrade our guys. Creed Humphrey's already going to be up to 79. That's great for us. We got a breakout player here. Noah Brown. Potentially development there. I'm not gonna jump in and do this though. So we're just going to advance to the next week. He likely will not develop. And he did not. So it is what it is. DeAndre Swift develops. We are 1-1. Let's go into the scouting. We are going to download a 2022 draft class if there's one out there worth grabbing. This one was added in August of last year. Probably not going to be updated very well. I don't think on PC there's been a lot of people doing 2022 draft classes, unfortunately. I do have one already. I just wanted to see if someone else had put one out there. Ooh, this one was in February. I'm going to do this one. And let's see who's in this draft class. Evan Neal would be a great offensive line pick. Bo Nix potentially could come out. Maybe the guy we go with at quarterback take over for Stafford eventually. Early first round projection there. Thibodeau might be Doe. We'll scout you. Overshown. Scout you. DeMarvin Leal. Nolan Smith would be a great addition. So would Marcel Brooks. All right. Back to the settings again. Scout some college players. Auto. To the playoffs again. Let's see if we have any improvement. I don't have high hopes. Let's put it that way. Thanks for watching, all you viewers who pop into this later. Let me know in the comments of who you would like me to do a rebuild of. We'll see how far we get with this one. This may be the one and only part for the Lions. But I'll probably do similar like I did with the Dolphins. I might do two parts. But if not, I'll definitely be looking for some recommendations for some other teams to do. So yeah, let me know in the comments who you would like to see. Wow, look at that. We actually made the playoffs. Matthew Stafford making that push. We won the division, 11-5, tying with the Packers. This is very shocking. And Matthew Stafford had a worse year compared to last year. Offense was 12th, defense was 7th, so the defense showed up, and that really helped. Matthew Stafford, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 3,900 yards, less sacks this year, so that definitely helped. Rushing-wise, Kerryon Johnson over 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns. That was the huge improvement there. Receiving-wise, Galladay, 829 yards, 5 TDs. Hawkinson with 6. Preston Williams with 8 TDs for the year. DeAndre Swift got involved again with a lot of yards, but 1 TD. Kerryon Johnson with 1. Noah Brown with 1. Blocking. This is where we saw some improvement. Jason Peters was not good. That's why he was a 1-year rental for sure. Defensively, no triple digits this year. Tackle for losses, though. 4 guys with double digits. That's really nice. Sacks, 7 from Jamie Collins. 6 from Trey Flowers. Did not get a lot of pressure on people this year, unfortunately. Interceptions-wise, though, a huge improvement from the previous year. We had 6 interceptions last year, and Jeff Okudah in one season almost matched that. 5 from Okuda, 4 from Walker, 3 from Harmon, 2 from Will Harris, 2 from Kevin King, 2 from Justin Coleman, 1 from Collins. That is amazing. No TDs, but that is what we need to see. Those are numbers we need to see from our cornerbacks. Yearly awards, Lamar Jackson wins MVP. Cam Newton, apparently just following wherever Tom Brady was at, he went to the Buccaneers and went 10-6. Ryan Tannehill still there. Ezekiel Elliott made the list. No Lions. Coach of the Year, the Ravens. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Ezekiel Elliott. No Lions. Defensive Player of the Year, Kazir White. No Lions, which is very surprising because Okuda did so well. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Justin Fields. But on the AFC side, it was not Trevor Lawrence. They went 6-10 with Trevor Lawrence. Shows there was no reason for them to take him. Dolphins went 4-12. Ugh. But Justin Fields goes 5-11 in his first year. No Lions. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Dylan Moses, who the Bears did horrible, but he must have had some good numbers. No Lions. Best quarterback, Cam Newton. Matthew Stafford makes the list at number 8. Best running back, Ezekiel Elliott. McCaffrey, number 2. Kareem Hunt, who also went to the Buccaneers. And Kerryon Johnson did make the list. Best wide receiver, Julio Jones again. No Lions. Best offensive lineman, Zach Martin. Let's see if Quentin Nelson's in the list. Quentin Nelson being in the list. Quentin Nelson, number 2 this season, so I get my dollar back. No Lions, offensive line. Defensive line, of best defensive lineman for the year, Aaron Donald. No Lions. Best linebacker, Khalil Mack. And Raquan Smith right behind him. No Lions. Best defensive back, Mike Hilton, Okuda number 2. Man, it would have been really nice for him to get that because he probably would have went to Superstar X Factor for sure. Tracy Walker also made the list. So before we do take care of the playoff game, let's just look at the lineup before then. We are looking pretty decent. Preston Williams needs to be bumped back up again. Humphrey ends up being superstar development, 86 overall already. Our O-line is looking awesome. I mean, he is only at 82, actually. He's getting a +4 morale boost right now, but still really good. Defensively, everyone's looking really good. No complaints there. Just make sure everyone else is in the spots they should be. Looks like it. All right. We are going to jump into this one, do a live sim of the game. Jump in only if necessary. Give me a sec here, because I have most of the gameplay audio off except for the opening music. So I want to make sure that's turned down for you guys so it doesn't blast your ears. All right, so we are tied 7-7 already. Let this simulate red zone alert. 14-7. All right, 4th down. We go for it. Looks like we get it. We're in the red zone again. 21-7 against the Vikings. 21-10. We're in the 3rd quarter now. Kick that field goal. We're 24-10. 24-13. Oh, 24-16. We're halfway through the 4th quarter about. We're in the red zone. We do score 31-16. They go for it on 4th down. Again, 31-23. We got to hold on to the lead. We got to run out some clock. So I am going to jump in. We want to try to hold this lead. So we're going to do so using some of our run game that should exist. DeAndre Swift has not been involved very much in this game, it looks like.
Good work, D. That's how we keep playing hard. 4 down, 4 down.
Just going to run out the clock here some. Who's winning? Well, right now, us as the Lions are winning here in the playoff game, 31-23.
Lady, zebra. Here we go. Hey, watch this, watch this.
This is our second season in the stream, and
Let's go.
Matthew Stafford is in the playoffs. We're going to see if he can actually pull it off.
Watch 54, watch 54. Bring it. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
Gonna run out some clock here.
Got him.
Man, I miss there being real sports also. Like,
Hey, give me radar.
I know everything looks like it's looking good right now for there to be a NFL season to start off here in a few weeks. I've got some fantasy football drafts at the end of the month. But man, I'm really hoping that things don't go sideways and they have to change their mind and delay everything. I mean, 'cause it's just, even with baseball right now, it's just not the same. With fans, there's no fans in the audience, and I mean, it's going to be the same thing for the NFL. There won't be, for a lot of the teams, there won't be fans either. But man, it will just be nice to actually have some real sports back on the TV.
Too easy. Hey, lady, she's alert. Mike 54. Bandit.
It really makes me wonder for the NFL, for the teams that don't have fans, because I know at least like the Miami Dolphins have talked about that they will have fans, but everyone has to wear a mask and they'll be distancing people out. But for the teams that don't, like, just how much of an impact is that going to make for the game? Like, I know they've talked about doing similar what they did for the draft and trying to do virtual fans, and that we all saw how that went for the draft. Like, I don't really think that's the best move. I think it's just going to just make it more obvious just how this is not normal and trying to pipe in fan noise. But I just, even from a player perspective, I wonder how that makes them feel, because they just, a lot of times you're wanting the fans to get involved, especially when the other team's on the field and try to make a lot of noise, and you're not going to have that this year for the most part. I mean, especially with everyone wearing masks, you're not going to hear a lot of noise. But yeah, very curious to see how the year will go. It won't feel the same. Who's your favorite team? And that does give us a win there, with Matthew Stafford throwing 3 touchdowns over 300 yards. Kerryon Johnson with a good game over 100 yards. Preston Williams showing up. That's awesome. So, step 1 for Matthew Stafford to actually potentially do something in the playoffs. The Colts, that's interesting because I am in Indiana. So I am the weird one being in Indiana, and I am a Miami Dolphins fan. I know, rough times. But that's awesome. What are your thoughts on how they're going to do with Phillip Rivers this year? Ooh, the 49ers. All right, jump into the sim for this one as well. You give him an 80% chance. Yeah. I was kind of shocked when they signed him, just because they didn't really need him, I didn't feel. And Rivers has had a lot of just blanket wide receivers, like comfort blankets, having the guys that he's had, having Keenan Allen and all them. And I mean, yeah, he's got T.Y. Hilton now, who's definitely a great wide receiver, but the Colts have not been well known for keeping their quarterbacks upright all the time. So that will be a very interesting game to see. or season to see out of the Colts. Oh, we're losing 9-0 so far. Might have to jump in here. What Washington will change their name to, I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of people who have really pushed for potentially the Warriors. Not sure if I'd go that route or not. I don't know. It's weird. I almost would wonder if they could go more directions if they would just change their name to like DC something. 'Cause, I mean, that's the thing. They're in Washington DC. Like, they don't need to be Washington. It was always kind of confusing growing up when their name was Washington, because you're like, what are they in Washington State? Because pretty much every other team goes by the city, except for they don't say Washington DC, whatever they are. Like, I don't know, and everyone doesn't. So no one says Washington to call for that. So I would do DC something. You got to eat. Well, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, there might be another one coming at some point. If you want to watch the rest of this, it will be on our YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in, LT Jackson 5.
Blue 60. 6 right there, 56. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Ugh. Oh, Nick Boza.
I'm gonna hit you all day. Ready? 80. 56. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Drill right. 22. Moving hot. Mike's 56.
No, come on, O-line. Nick Boza with another sack.
They cannot hold us down. We're gonna keep getting sacks.
Oh, we didn't make that field goal. Oh, I didn't sign a kicker in off season. I totally forgot to do that. We are losing 19-0. I knew this was going to be a hard one because it's the 49ers. They have a very good defense. Interception. Yep, saw that coming. Oh, rough.
Pick, baby. Good.
Hey, we scored. Long touchdown.
50. 20. 0. 56.
Let's see if we can get any of these guys. Preston Williams up the middle. Yes. I mean, at this point, you got to use those timeouts.
Let's go. Mike. Lady. Omaha. Ready, blue. Who that? Check 50.
That was a bad move on my part. Definitely should have went with a pass. Don't know why I'm running the ball when we have to have so much to do to catch up.
Ready. 6 the lady. 56 is the mic. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
Oh, he was reading that down. Oh, so well. Ugh. Well, I mean, we were already losing. I don't think me jumping in changed any of that. But there you go. Matthew Stafford does make it to the playoffs and loses in the divisional round. So that is quite unfortunate. Sorry about that. Looks like my stream is starting to have some issues. Give me a second here. This is not normally something I've been having issues with. At least not recently. right. Might be okay now. All right, we lost in the divisional round, unfortunately. Oops, sorry about that. Hitting the mic. And in the Super Bowl this year is the 49ers and the Ravens. That is a very likely Super Bowl that could happen at some point. So that would be very interesting. In the Pro Bowl, we have no quarterback, no running back, none of our wide receivers. Hawkinson did make it tight end. That's awesome. Ragnow made it. Awesome to see. Nobody on the defensive line. Linebackers. None of our linebackers. Okuda made it. That's awesome. Walker made it. Pretty cool. Harmon made it. So, then we had some Pro Bowlers. That's cool to see. Let's go to the Super Bowl and let's see what our lineup looks like. See if there's any development upgrades. Looks like nobody on offense went up in development traits. Bowman is a star. So like I said, he just seems like he's a Matthew Stafford duplicate. Not really what we want for our next quarterback. Defensively, Okuda still is a superstar. Like I said, if he would have won that best defensive back, he probably would have bumped up to Superstar X Factor. So that was a little bit of a bummer. Let's see here. Go to the offseason, see who we need to re-sign. 17 players ready to negotiate. Not worried about the punter or kicker. Have to remember that this time, though. Kerryon Johnson's up. He's 25 years old. I'd like to keep the cap and let him go because we do have DeAndre Swift, and so that's what I'm going to do. Will Hernandez, definitely need to keep him around. I will give him a 4-year contract. He sticks around. Deshaun Hand, I'd like to keep him here. 3 years. Oh, he wants way too much money, though. We'll let him walk. Tracy Walker had a Pro Bowl season and doesn't want a lot of money. I will keep him around for that. Harmon's going away. I think, yep, everyone else we're going to let go. See who else is available in free agency. I do need to check and see how the Broncos did. I actually didn't pay attention to that. Broncos did not make the playoffs. Broncos went 6-10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to have pick number 9 from the Broncos out of that trade from last year, trading back. So that worked out actually fairly well for us, doing that trade back. Yeah, we lost out on getting Trevor Lawrence. And, well, no, we already bought, yeah, we got, I think, no, he's already gone. We just missed out on a lot of other guys. But we now have pick 9 and pick 28. So we're definitely in a better spot this season from a draft pick standpoint than we were from our previous draft. I doubt Bo Nix will be available, which really stinks because I would like to grab him. Might have to trade up. Not going to sign Travis Kelce. That would be a good pickup, just even though he's only 32. But having Hawkinson develop, don't need to do that. Leighton Vander Esch, though. This is the guy you got to jump on and sign to that big contract. Because he is a stud. And he will automatically upgrade our linebacking core. Honey Badger's available. 30 years old. Not going to do that. Goddard's there, though, now. And I may offer him a contract. Because 5-year contract. More than what I really want to do. But everyone else is lowballing him already. So I will lowball him as well. And that's more of a lowball than the others. But that's okay. Njoku's available. He would be good to partner up with Hawkinson. I don't think I can get him, though. I can't even offer him anything worth any points. I don't have the cap room. Just looking to see if there's anybody else I would really want to grab that's being offered things from people. So, or if I need to redo some of the stuff that I've done so far. I mean, kicking and punter-wise, there's guys available and no one's being offered anything yet. So, I want to see if I can get... I want to see what happens here. All right, we got Van Der Esch, so that is huge. Yeah, we have very little cap room now. But Goddard's not going to sign with us, so I'm not going to offer that. Pettis is being offered something from the Jets, so not going to go after him anymore. We do need a kicker and a punter, so out of all the kickers available, I actually will do Jason Sanders. He's with Miami currently. Offer him a long contract to help with that cap. We need a punter as well. All these guys are a little older. Let's go with Pat O'Donnell. Again, want to help out that cap. So we'll give him a 5-year contract. All right, that gives me no cap room to do anything else. Unfortunately, getting a kicker and a punter. But we're not that off. Like, left tackle, we got to get someone at left tackle, and we're going to have to do it in the draft. Left guard, we're good. Center, we're good. Right side, we're good now. Left end, we do need a left end. I do need another defensive tackle. But I just don't have the cap space, and it's mostly because of Matthew Stafford. Because he is taking up so much of our cap. So that's where it may be worth looking to see what the penalty would be to drop him now. And maybe not drop him, but to cut him at least. Because he would save us $22.5 million in our cap right now, and he only would penalize us $500,000. So he got to the playoffs. Great job, Matthew Stafford, getting us to the playoffs. But we've got to get rid of this cap. And the Bears have the number 2 pick in the draft. And they want a quarterback. Who has the number 1 pick, though? Because I would rather go for the number 1 pick and get who I want and draft Bo Nix. It has to be someone who wants a quarterback. So the Rams have the first pick. They do not want a quarterback. So they're not going to be willing to do that. So I'm going to have to go with pick 2 and hope they don't take Bo Nix because they don't need him. But we saw what happened with that with the Jets. They do want wide receivers. I'd be willing to trade Noah Brown and Matthew Stafford for the number 2 pick. Very close there. So I think I could just throw in a random guy. Let's get rid of a tie here, get rid of that cap. And I think we're going to get the number 2 pick here. Let's see if we can grab someone else, though. Or grab something else. Let's go for their number 2 pick, too. I doubt they'll do that, because that's a lot. Wow, a lot closer than I thought it would be. So let's go for their 3rd round pick. All right, 4th. I think I could get their 5th round for sure, but I want to try for their 4th round pick. I'm sorry if you're a Lions fan, because since I am looking to trade away Matthew Stafford, we're going into season 3. If you're just tuning in, he did make it to the playoffs last season, but lost in the divisional round. And he's just eating up our cap space right now. So we have got to get rid of his contract. All right, and the Bears do accept that trade. We trade away Matthew Stafford, Noah Brown, Vitae, and we get pick the second pick of the draft and a 5th round pick from the Bears. So we are going to have to face Matthew Stafford twice a year, but I'm okay with that. All right, now we should have some cap space. We do. So now we can do something in the draft and some free agency. We got Bowman, but we're going to draft a quarterback. Don't need to sign any of these guys. Don't need to take a running back. Wide receiver, if there was someone worth grabbing that's not going to cost me a lot, I would do it. Traquan Smith, 6'2", deep threat. I'll keep an eye on him. Maybe next week. Let's see here. Tight end I was looking at. I think he got signed. Yep, Njoku's got signed. I was really wanting to grab him. Because Goddard, he's going to want way too much money for being a year older. Don't think there's anyone else that's worth grabbing as a tight end. Left tackle, we do need a left tackle. Colton Miller wouldn't be a bad person to grab. I'm going to potentially draft someone, though. Garrett Bowles wouldn't be a bad fill-in. Let's see who else is out here. Because I can move someone to the left tackle. Jawan James. Blech. Oh, we're going to wait on that. Look to the next week. Left end. Ryan Kerrigan's available. He's old. Josh Sweat's out there. I'll just keep an eye on those guys. Look at the next week as well for them. Marcus Davenport's out there. Ooh, he'd be a good guy to grab and just move over. He's 25 years old. I'm going to grab him. Maybe not. Again, look at it next week because that's just not what we need to spend our money on if we can avoid it. Good at linebacker. Feeling really good at our linebacker. They're young linebacking core. Free safety we're going to have to look at here soon. Strong safety, definitely need to grab somebody. Terrell Edmonds would be a good pickup. I actually am going to try to sign him because he's being lowballed right now anyways. All right. We're going to simulate this week. Fifth-year option up. TJ Hawkinson up for his 5th-year option. Definitely want to bring him back. No question there. All right, we got our punter, our kicker, and Edmonds. Edmonds jumps up to a 78 already, so that's awesome. All right. So like I said, there are a couple guys I was wanting to look at. I just needed to see where they would be this week, see if I can lowball them. I'm not sure if there's anyone at wide receiver I was really interested in. I don't think there was. I mean, DJ Chark wouldn't be a bad addition. He's at 82 overall, and he's 25 years old. I mean, and he's being lowballed by the Steelers tremendously. So if I could lowball him as well and do a better offer than them, why not? Tight end. Yeah, and there wasn't anyone there. Left tackle. So at right tackle, Bobby Massey. Yeah, there's no one there. I could grab one of these guys who are older again, just as a 1-year rental type thing. I think I'm going to do that, go after Costanzo, lowball him a lot, so I'm not eating up all my cap signing him. And let's look at defensive end, because there were, like, Marcus Davenport's there, but now he's being offered something. Noah Spence is 28. At left end, you got Ryan Kerrigan, Aaron Lynch. Jordan Willis is 27. I mean, even these older guys, like Kerrigan wouldn't be bad to grab if I can lowball him. And when I say lowball him, I mean lowball him. Like, he's probably not going to do that. Defensive tackle. I don't know if I can grab any of these guys. Jonathan Hankins wouldn't be a bad guy to grab as a one-year rental to partner with Ioannidis. Again, doubt he'll do it. Oh, the Jets are going after him. There's no way he'll do it. All these guys are being offered something. Tyquan Lewis. I do Lewis. Again, a low ball offer. Definitely spending our cap this year. But they're all one-year rentals, so not really concerned about doing that. Cornerback. Could grab some guys here. I think I'll be okay, though. Free safety. Yeah, I'm okay at those positions. So let's advance the week. See if we grab any of these other guys I offered. And it looks like we got Tyquan Lewis. We got Kerrigan. I knew Hankins was going to reject after I saw someone else was offering. Chark and Costanzo, though. That is huge. That definitely helps. From a wide receiver position now, though, I really don't need everyone I have. Because Chark's going to jump up to be the number 2. Because Robinson, he's 26 as well. I wonder how much of a hit I'll get trading him away. I got to look at that. How much... I do need to look at that because there is a great potential there that I could end up losing some stuff just because of the fact that he is... I just signed him last season, so there's a lot of chance there that I could actually get hit with a bad cap penalty for trading him away already. So definitely got to look at that. Not going to really get much savings by cutting him. Or by trading him away. In fact, I think I'm going to get penalized for it. Yep. Penalized, and I don't get any savings by trading him away. Which is really weird. So I'm going to have to hold on to him. Because even if I cut him, I'm going to lose money. So, we'll have to wait till after the draft to handle that. But, rest of the team, definitely looking good. We're going to get potentially our quarterback of the future in this draft, and that will set us up well. Defensively, still got some issues, but again, Van Der Esch was huge. Definitely going to help us. Let's go to the draft. All right, start drafting. Pause the draft so we can look at the draft board. All right, so we got Evan Neal, who would be a great pickup. Kayvon would be a great pickup. Overshawn would be a great pickup. Bo Nix, for sure, would be a good pickup. I'm really afraid that the Rams are going to take him, even though they don't need him. That's not one of their needs. Nolan Smith would be good. Brandon Smith would be good. There's a lot of good linebackers in this draft. Hazelwood, not really someone I'm interested in this year. Baylor Cupp would be a good pairing. Clay Webb, just worth adding here. Zach Pickens, for sure, would be a good pickup. Don't think all the colleges are right in this, though, sadly, in this draft class. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I thought Zach Pickens played for Ohio State. Now that I say that out loud, I think I am wrong, but all right, let's see who else is first round value out here. I doubt there's anybody else this far out that would be first round value, but worth looking. Oh, I take it back. Christian Darrisaw, left tackle, first round value. Don't think any of these guys are. All right. Let's see what happens. They took Evan Neal. Yes. All right. Let's see what I'm being offered. Steelers are saying, hey, come back to pick 5, and we'll give you a 3rd round pick this year and a 2nd round pick next year. That is not a good trade. New York's saying come back to pick 8, and we'll also give you pick 20. They'll give me 2 picks and a 2nd rounder to trade back. No. I mean, that's at this point. I made that deal last year. Missed out on some guys who I really wanted. I already have 2 picks in this draft. Actually, 3 picks now, because I got pick 9, and I guarantee you one of those would take Bodo Nix if I don't. So definitely a different kind of quarterback than what we've been having, but we are taking Bo Nix with our pick. It's a little bit of a reach. His value is 5. I took him at 2, but he should be a quarterback of our future. Bo Nix to the Lions. Kayvon goes to the Raiders. Dolphins take Daxton Hill, free safety. Interesting pick for them. They have a lot of needs still. Overshawn goes to the Steelers. Jaguars take Brandon Smith. Washington takes Owen Popo. Right outside linebacker, good pick. The Jets, let's see if they got who they were really wanting to get up for. Nolan Smith. Who knows if that's who they wanted, but that's who they took here. Being offered to trade back again. Being offered a 1st round pick next year from the Vikings to go back to pick 22. New England's offering me to go back to pick 13 from 9, and I get their 1st rounder next year. I mean, I'll only take interest in ones that are offering me 2 1st rounders, so I get another one this year and one next year. I think I'd rather pick. Looking at my draft board, who's available still. Zach Pickens would be a good pickup. Adiza Isaac's not horrible. Devontae Dobbs. Brighton Constantine. I mean, at this point, out of value, Baylor Cupp is the best value pick. I don't really need him because of having TJ. But it's also not a bad thing to have him. I mean, Zach Pickens would be the other one because that gives me another defensive tackle, allows me to stay in the 4-3 for a lot longer. And he probably won't be available at my next pick. I know for sure Baylor Cupp won't be available at my next pick. So do I take Baylor Cupp, who has a lot of potential value, gives another weapon to my new quarterback, especially since there's no wide receivers really in this draft. Because when you look at who's available, yeah, there's just not a lot of wide receivers in this draft class. I mean, at this point, I want to go with the flashy pick of Baylor Cup. I want to. I don't think that's the right pick, though. I mean, TJ Hawkinson is going to... We might lose him at some point just due to contract. I don't have a coin in here, but I got a lid to a bottle. So, we're going to flip it. Fits. We're going to call this heads. I don't know if you can see that. We're going to call the lid part the heads and the undercarriage tails. Heads, Baylor Cup, tails, Zach Pickens. And that didn't really flip. Try that again. It is tails. We are taking Zach Pickens. Zach Pickens. Number 9, and took him at 9. So, exactly where we should be. That means Baylor Cup was a higher value. Not surprising, but Hazelwood goes to the Bengals. I just want to see where Baylor Cup ends up at. The Falcons take Baylor Cup. Good pick for them, actually. Very good pick. Trey Sanders goes to the Patriots. So let's go to our next first rounder. We may end up trading this one away, depending on who's available from our draft board. Brian Constantine would probably be the pick here, just because that gives me another linebacker. So that is who I'm going to take. Reached. He's only normal development, so that actually was not the best pick. Probably would have been better off trading it away. That stinks. I doubt I can get a first rounder out of... Ooh, I can get a first round pick out of this second round pick. So I'm probably going to trade this away. The Bills are offering me their first and second next year. That is very good draft offer. And that's probably the draft trade I'm going to take, because I'm okay with that. Packers are offering me a first, second, and third, though, next year. I'm probably going to take that, actually, because the Bills are offering me the 7th round pick. Cleveland's offering me their first and second next year and a third this year. I think I might take that one because I could at least trade that 3rd round pick away. So the Browns are up, and they take Cole Schneider. We go to our next 2nd round pick. Let's see who's available. This left tackle's still out there. We're going to take him. He's probably only normal development. Ooh, hidden development. 14th value. Took him at 60. That was a good pick. Go to our 3rd round pick. Or first of our 3rd round picks. The one that we got from the Browns. I highly doubt there's anyone here we really want. Brew McCoy. Ooh, I'm actually going to take Brew McCoy. That's a wide receiver. He's mid-second round talent. Getting him the late 3rd. And look at his combine score. Brew McCoy. Hidden development. Number 51 value. Took him at 91. He could end up being very good. Let's see. Who else we scouted? Jack Sanborn's 2nd round pick value. Late 2nd rounder. I could use another linebacker. We're going to take him. Normal development. He's good depth, though. There's nothing wrong with that. I'll take that all day in the 3rd round. 4th round pick. Let's look at the trades. Because I do have a 5th rounder here and a few picks. Bengals are offering me a 2nd and a 5th next year. Buffalo's offering me a 2nd, 5th, and 6th next year. Let's see if I'm being offered anything better than a 2nd, 5th, and 6th. So far, no. So I'm going to take that from the Bills for my 4th round pick. They took Jawan Jones. Let's see if there's anyone here. Anybody of value? Okay, Michael Tootsie, strong safety. I might take him. Late 4th rounder, beginning of the 5th. Just looking at the combine score, he's one of the best. Christian Watson's out there. Yeah, I really do think this is... I think he's the best pick here. Tootsie would be the best pick. Gets me a safety. Someone in development. Hidden development, took him at 122. Took him at 130. His value's 122, so good pick there. All right. Let's see what I could get offered for this draft pick. See if a third rounder is involved. Third rounder is involved. Don't care about picks this year. New England's offered me a 2nd and a 7th next year. New York Giants are offering me a 2nd, 5th, and 6th, though. That might be the one I do because it's the Giants. Or the Chargers. They do have Justin Herbert still. I'm going to go with the Giants. Thank you for the trade. Load up on those picks. All right. I'm willing to trade away still. So being offered a third rounder. I mean, if someone's offering me a 2nd, then for a 6th, that's ridiculous for one. But I would do it in a heartbeat. 3rd and 5th is basically the best I've seen. We'll do the Bengals. They did offer me a 7th round pick this year, so see if there's anybody out here worth taking the risk on. Answer to that is no. So let's at least try to trade away the pick they gave me and get something for it. 4th round picks. Saints are offering me a 3rd, a 5th, and a 6th. A 3rd and a 5th and a 5th from the Ravens. That's probably going to be the pick, the one that I do. For the Ravens. And we have one pick left, I believe. And I will just trade it away if I can. It's likely I might not be able to, though. 4th, 5th, and 6th. And all of these. Seattle, thank you for your trade. And that is the end of the draft. I will be right back. I'm not turning off the stream. If you tune in and I'm not here, well, you wouldn't know because I'm telling you. But for who's still watching, I will be right back. I have not had dinner yet, so I'm going to grab something and bring it right back. So just stay tuned. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. All right, so I am back. Sorry about that. In case anyone's wondering, because you're going to hear some crunching, I am eating Reese's Puff cereal. Not a sponsor, but I totally would be, because they are delicious. So I apologize for my crunching. So this was a pretty good draft. Both my top guys were 76 overall. And then 72 and 74. My first 5 picks were all in the 70s. So, pretty good draft. From everyone, Baylor Cupp was actually the best player in the draft. Could have had the best player and I didn't take him. Might come back to bite me. But I did have some other really good players, so feeling pretty decent about the team now. Bo Nix will for sure be jumping in because we are going to change our scheme to be more for him of having a scrambler type of a quarterback. Which one would be the best one? Actually, I may go with a vertical zone run because he's not a strong arm, but that does help. I mean, his morale's so bad, I don't understand why, but being a strong arm or strong arm will give him up to a 75, and he will be our starter. Yeah, we got to really look at Robinson of what we're going to do with him. Because, again, salary-wise, we are at a bad position with him, where if I cut him, I'm not getting anything. So I'm going to simulate to the next week so that can kind of readjust. So we're actually into the actual new season. All right. So now let's look at salaries and see what actually would happen if I got rid of him now. So I would save $4 million, but I would get a penalty of $6.5 million, and that's really rough. That's extremely rough. But I may end up doing it. Like I'm losing about $2.5 million by trading him away. But I have so much depth now at wide receiver, I don't need him. So let's see who would want him. No one's really green on him, unfortunately. Packers are. And the Packers actually... It's very hard to get Jerry Alexander until he hits free agency. Yeah, very hard. So I just thought I'd try, though. From who they have... I don't think there's anybody I could probably grab. I mean, you got Rashawn Gary. Not someone I'm, like, super excited about trying to grab here. Defensive end, Dean Lowry. I mean, I'd rather just get a pick for Robinson at this point. Get another pick. They don't have salary cap space for me to just get picks. So, who could I grab? Who's someone they'd be willing to trade? And all their guys there, they just have so much cap. I don't want any cap. I don't want cap that high. I highly doubt they will trade him. Twyman. Oh, that doesn't even help the salary cap. So Packers are not going to be an option. Patriots, though, want him. And they have cap space. So if they don't have someone I want, I can totally just do a draft pick for them. Isaiah Wynn wouldn't be a bad pick just to throw onto the line. But let's see if there's someone else. They have Clowney. That's ridiculous. Middle linebacker, Bentley wouldn't be bad to have. He's only normal development, though. Josh Uche, also only normal development. Kyle Duggar, normal development. Yeah, I mean, same thing. I'd rather just get a draft pick for him. I could probably get that first round pick from them. I have so many second rounders, I'd be willing to trade one. And they took it. So Robinson, a second rounder to get the Patriots' first round pick next year. I am okay with that. That puts me in a place where I have like 5 wide receivers I want to have on the team. So I am okay with that. I do need to sign some other guys, though, because if I don't know if anyone else just saw that, I have a lot of wide receivers, and I don't need that many wide receivers. I do need to spend some of my Coach XP. Quarterback for sure. We'll do linebacker and D-line for training boost. And let's see who's available in free agency. Ronald Jones. Don't need a receiver. Shaquem Griffin. Lonnie Johnson Jr. He's 26 years old. I'll sign him. Get another cornerback on the team. Not concerned at offensive line. Left end. I'll sign Zach Allen. And we will take Taco Charlton here. All right. That puts us where we will have some people now to cut at the end of the preseason, which is why I wanted to get rid of some of those receivers. We are going to generate the best lineup. Switch our quarterbacks, though, because they are the same. Defensively, Pickens is our number 2 defensive tackle. Yep, we are in a decent spot. Definitely need to put Kuda back at number 1. Tootsie will be the number 2 strong safety. Specialist-wise, Swift is the all-around back now. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty decent about where the team's sitting going into this year with a new quarterback. Really curious to see how Matthew Stafford does with the Bears, since we will be playing them. After the preseason, I will be simulating straight to the playoffs because I don't need to do the draft classes anymore because I don't have a 2023 draft class, so they'll just be the automatically generated one. All right. Upgrade our players. All right, take another bite of my cereal. So good. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Travis Fulgham, you are gone. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tight end, we got 3. Got 2 QBs. We got 4 running backs. We'll cut Alex Barnes. You gotta look at cornerbacks. That's the other position that seems to get signed to the practice squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 free safeties. We have 3 strong safeties. We'll keep all of them. Let's see who they recommend cutting. Defensive tackle. I would agree with that. We do have plenty of depth at defensive tackle. So, move on to the regular season. And then we'll send to the playoffs and see how Bo Nix does in his first season. All right. Looking at the team, make sure the lineup is set from what we had done before. Make sure no one's being started where I don't want them to be. All right. We are set there. All right. Here we go. To the playoffs. Got a little ASMR action going on here. All right, in the first season in the Bo Nix dynasty, potential maybe, we make the playoffs. Winning the division again. Looking at the stats, Bo Nix actually had a credible first year. Over 4,000 yards throwing, 27 touchdowns, but 14 interceptions. Definitely have to work on that. But a serviceable first year as a rookie. Rushing wise, DeAndre Swift get the carry the ball completely, 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's awesome. Bo Nix with 2 touchdowns himself. Receiving wise, Preston Williams showing that he is an amazing slot receiver. 922 yards and 10 touchdowns. He led the team for sure. DJ Chark coming back a little bit, coming out of free agency, getting 5 TDs. Galladay had a definite big drop-off. Blocking-wise, Will Hernandez and Costanzo really struggled on the left side. That is not good. Not good at all. Defensively, no triple-digit tackles this year. 11 tackles for loss for Flowers and 10 for Ioannidis. Sack-wise, though, 11 sacks from Ryan Kerrigan coming out in the free agency and getting a good tryout year with us, see if we keep him around. Ioannidis with 10. Interceptions-wise, a drop-off from last season, but still 2 interceptions. A piece for Aquara, Van Der Esch, Edmonds, and Coleman. King and Okuda only got 1 apiece, so that's definitely not good. Definitely would have liked to see something better out of that. We were 15th best offense, about halfway point. Best defense in the league, though. That is crazy. How are we the best defense with those kind of numbers of sacks and interceptions? If we look at the standings before we continue on to looking at the awards for the year, Colts had the best record in the draft. Interesting. Jets went 9-7, making the playoffs finally. Dolphins still sucking, so Tua is not doing well there. And the Rams had the worst record in the draft. So Patriots ended up winning their division. So that first round pick we got from at the beginning of the year did not help us. That stinks. The Bears did not do well with Matthew Stafford. They are 6-10. And our other first round pick, I don't remember who we got it from. So let's take a look at. No, I can't look at trades, but I can look at my team. And let's look at draft picks. So we have the 23rd pick, Cleveland's 26th and 29th right now. Our pick could be higher, so could the one from New England, and potentially even Cleveland. So kind of stinks. All of our first round picks look like they have the potential. Okay, the Browns will be the 23rd pick, but the one from the Patriots has potential to be later. And, of course, ours as well. All right, so let's look at the yearly awards. MVP again, Lamar Jackson. Crazy. Tannehill still up there. A 75 overall now. Let's see here. Justin Fields showing up 9-7 on Washington. Sam Darnold's with the Saints now since the Jets took Trevor Lawrence. Coach of the Year, John Gruden's with the Colts. Wow. Mike Tomlin's with the Jets with Trevor Lawrence. Things shook up a little bit in the coaching world. For the NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Christian McCaffrey again. Man, Christian McCaffrey is so good. I have him in my fantasy team. And I'm in a league where we do keepers, and we do it a little weird. Our keepers are based off of whatever draft. Okay, it's going to sound confusing. So I'll give an example. I took Christian McCaffrey in the first round last year. I'm going to keep him this year, so I'll lose my first round pick. Well, hypothetically, let's say somehow Christian McCaffrey dropped to the second round, and I took him then. Instead of like most keeper leagues where you just lose your however many keepers you're keeping, you lose that many first of the few rounds. We do ours based off what round they were drafted. So I also took someone later on in the draft. I think I took Matt Ryan in the 4th round. So if I wanted to keep Matt Ryan, I could, and I would lose my 4th round pick. So that's how we do our keepers. If you keep the same person year after year, their value goes up by a round. So if this was the second year I was keeping Matt Ryan, he would actually cost me a 3rd rounder. So there's that part. And then to throw another little twist into it, we do, for anybody that you're going to keep that you grabbed out of free agency, regardless if they were drafted by another team or not, you lose your 12th round pick because we do 15 picks. And so my other keeper is Devontae Parker, just because of based off the value to getting him in the 12th round. So just a fun little thing we do with the fantasy league that I run. Bo Nix did get in the top 10 for Offensive Player of the Year, so that's legit. Defensive Player of the Year, no Lions. You had Fred Warner from the 49ers. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Bo Nix, so that's awesome. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Owen Popo. Zach Pickens was on the list. So was Michael Tootsie. So that's cool. Best quarterback was Justin Fields. No Bo Nix in that list. Best running back, of course, Christian McCaffrey. DeAndre Swift did make the list. I wonder how he's doing. Did he make the list on this side? No. Oh, yeah, he did. Kerryon Johnson's with the Chargers now, and he actually made the list, so that's pretty cool. Best wide receiver is Christian Kirk. Preston Williams did make the list. Best offensive lineman is Zach Martin. Here we go. Another dollar up for grabs. Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson's number 2. So I keep my dollar. Frank Ragnow's now and Creed Humphrey both in the list for best offensive lineman. Best defensive lineman again is Aaron Donald, but Ryan Kerrigan and Ioannidis made it this time. Best linebacker, Fred Warner. No Lions. Best defensive back, Reggie Robinson II. Interesting. No Lions. So, definitely some good individual performance, but overall our defense is what carried us. So, going to jump into simulation of the game. I'm going to keep a track on the stream. Last time I went into a game, it seemed to affect the frame rate. So bear with me if this goes a little wacky and starts lagging. Scored right away, but missed the extra point. And now we are down a point due to our kicker. Up by 2. I am not going to jump in. We are up 9. We're still up 9-7. Down 10-9. We are in the red zone. We are up 12-10. Down 17-12. We definitely have to score here, so I am going to jump in. This is where the frame rate might drop. I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Let's go. Watch Sam. 90 Wolf. 54. Mike 54. Hey, Sam on. Check 3. Now. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
DeAndre Swift. Oh, so close.
Run. Is that all you got? Up? We go. 30 base. 4 down.
DeAndre Swift in with the touchdown. That is big. 20-17. Got to make the stop here, guys. Come on. We are not stopping them. It is tied 20-20. Time for me to jump in and see what I can do. I am not the best of this game. Potential I will screw this up for us. Bo Nix has had no touchdowns in this playoff game.
Hey, 50 the mic. Let's go. Check. Let's go. It's run, fellas, it's run.
Oh, come on. Hold on to your blocks.
Yeah, D. Set, ready? 70, Indy. 50's the mic. Hey, that QB's trash.
Oh, Preston Williams dropped the ball. Oh, come on. We're going for it. I may be ridiculous for going for it, but I'm doing it.
Big stop, D.
Yeah, Preston Williams dropped it. Come on. (27-20). We have to score.
Got it. 50, Mike's 50. Watch the run. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Go. Even. 4 down. Even.
Out of reach. Oh, goodness.
8, read. Come off the ball hard. Tight end right. Shoot. We got 4.
All right, Hawkinson held on to the ball. We got to call a timeout. That was big. I mean, here's the biggest thing, though. Bo Nix made it his very first year to the playoffs.
I don't think you got it, son. Hit it. Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Watch the flood.
Got to get out of bounds because I have no timeouts. Sadly, Madden screws up on that, and I'm probably going to lose time here because they're going to treat that since I got pushed that I wasn't out. Oh, I was. Good. Sometimes that happens, though. Okay, Bo, come on. We're going to run with it. All right. Whew. On the 37-yard line. We can do this. I ran out myself this time. Okay, good. No time when it went down. Still got 34 seconds. Crap. The lineman was in my way. Gosh, they need to work on that. That's the thing that sucks about the fact they have animations. Because I needed to get out of the way. And I couldn't. Alright, we got 5 seconds. Oh, let's go with, because I don't like doing Hail Mary, because it's automatic that you're not going to likely get it. Man, they don't have the one playbook set that I like. So, we're going to go with this vertical play again.
Hey, Orbit, we ain't giving up nothing today.
Gotta put everybody up. Touchdown! Oh, I don't know if that actually was a touchdown, though. I don't think that was a touchdown. Oh, they aren't reviewing it. Oh, they iced the kicker. I mean, it's straight up the middle. Yes, we tied it up. Oh, man. I did not think we were going to tie that up. I don't start with the ball, though, unfortunately. And they scored a touchdown. I thought about jumping in. I'm very bad at defense on Madden, so I thought simulation would have a much better chance than I would. Man. I mean, Bo Nix had a very good game. Just based off how the defense played, we should have won that. I mean, Kevin King had 2 interceptions. That's a little bit of a disappointment. So, I know I put on the schedule I was going to play until 11. It's 9:45. I'm probably going to do one more season and then I'll be done for the night. See what coach upgrades I've got. Let's do running back. All right, so we are going to go ahead and advance to. I like to see if we might have had anyone get to the Pro Bowl with some of the numbers that people had. All right, look at the Pro Bowl roster. Oh, nobody there. Wide receiver-wise, none of our wide receivers did. None of our tight ends did. Will Hernandez did. Ragnow did. Chase Young's now 86 overall. Thought that'd be higher by now, actually. Ioannidis made it. Unfortunately, that may be it. Did they move Isaiah Simmons to safety? Wow. Bruce McCoy made it. That's cool. Go to the Super Bowl, check our roster, see if anyone developed. It is the Ravens and the Panthers in the Super Bowl. Bo Nix will be at 84 overall already. So let's see here. Bo Nix is a superstar. So that is huge upgrade already, having him so young and have that development trait. I think he started with that. He did, so that's awesome. McCoy is a star development, so I'm definitely going to have to move him up the chart here soon. Defensively, Zach Pickens is a superstar development. That's legit. That is huge. He will definitely take over the interior of the D-line here as we continue on. Nobody else bumped up to anything, sadly. Really thought someone might, especially getting to the Pro Bowl, but I guess Pro Bowl doesn't do as much of a boost as you would think. And into the offseason we go. We are at that point where Ragnow wants a contract, though. This is going to be rough. I mean, we have a lot of cap room now that Stafford's gone, so that does help. 3-year contract sounds about right for Ragnow, because being 30, he's going to start regressing after next year. Let's hope he takes it. Awesome. That keeps us, our center, our anchor of our offensive line sticks around. Ioannidis is 29 now. He's going to start regressing. I mean, he hasn't regressed a lot. He's going to regress more, though. And he wants a lot of money, so I'm going to let him walk now, especially since we have Pickens. Justin Coleman, no reason to keep him around. Kevin King's now 28. We picked him up on just a prove-it contract. He's regressing now. Costanzo's going to go. Kerrigan's going to go. I mean, all these guys are people who we signed on just, like, show-me contracts. Tavai was not one of those. He's 26. His morale is down. He doesn't want that much of money, or that much of money. He doesn't want much money, so we will re-sign him. But he wants to leave. Definitely not going to franchise tag him. Lonnie Johnson is 27. I think I'll let him go. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good with who we have. I might bring some of these guys back just in free agency, but I want to see who's available. I'm not going to re-sign any of these guys. Anybody else who's left. I got Ragnow. That's who I wanted. So, to free agency. All right, we're going to sign some free agents here. Tyreek Hill is available. He's only star development. That is what's so weird. Tyreek Hill should have a better development than that from the start. So, in this mod, they must have made some tweak that made him a star. Whoever made the mods must not really like him. Sorry, I just got to finish up my cereal. All right. Gardner Johnson's available. I mean, he's a huge upgrade, but I do have Tootsie he's developing, and he's going to cost me a lot of money. Bobby Wagner's out there. He had too much money. Juan Thornhill, too much money. Don't need Joel Bitonio. Earl Thomas is available. If he's still there in the third week, I'll offer him a lowball offer. Matthew Stafford's out there now, being lowballed by the Broncos. It shows Bears didn't like him either. Von Bell, he's 28 though. Nasir Adderley. That'd be a good pickup, but not for the money. Actually, that's not a lot of money. Hold on. I will offer him a contract. Comes in, and already he's younger by 2 years than Walker, and will cost me a little bit less. Or maybe about the same. But definitely someone I can use. Josh Jackson, 27-year-old cornerback. I do need cornerbacks to help out Okuda. It's just he's going to cost me a lot. And I like to keep my cap. So, not really going to sweat on that. Speaking of sweat, Montez Sweat wants too much money. Wide receiver, I'm feeling pretty good. So let's look who we got. Quarterback, don't need a quarterback. Drew Lock's out there now, too. That's why the Broncos are going after Stafford. Minshew's out there. Dwayne Haskins, that's who it was with the Washington team. And he's out there now. Jacoby Brissett's out there from the Colts. Let's see. Could use a backup to DeAndre Swift. I just don't know if I want any of these guys. Todd Gurley's 29 is available. He's just regressing. James Conner's starting to regress. All right. Don't need a wide receiver. Tight end. We do need another tight end now. None of these guys are like super good. I'll just keep an eye on them. I feel good at left tackle and left guard. I mean, I feel good on the offensive line. We've really set that up well. Left end. Again, there's just not really one out there. Defensive tackle. I do need another defensive tackle, but Tristan Hill. I'll make an offer to Tristan Hill. He's not going to want a ton of money. Offer him a 3-year contract. We'll probably get him. Linebackers. Middle linebacker. Again, no, really one there I want. Right outside linebacker. No, we do need corner. Like I said, I'm going to keep an eye on all these other guys here because I don't want to spend the money on Richard Sherman or Josh Jackson. They just want way too much money. Made an offer on Adderley. Hopefully we can grab him. And I feel pretty good everywhere else. So, we will advance a week. And my chat with YouTube has gone down again. So let me reconnect that. Sorry for anyone who's on YouTube. All right, so we did get Hill and Adderley, so that's awesome. Let's take a look here. Earl Thomas is getting offers now, so not going to bother on him because he wants so much. Oh, actually, that's shocking. Earl Thomas has not won very much money. I will offer him this. Have him come in, jump into the free safety, or one of our safety positions. Why not? So that's going to be the only offer I make right here. We'll advance a week. See if he signs with us or not. He does. That means I need to do some adjusting because now I've got 2 free safeties. And we don't need... Well, I got 3 free safeties to be more accurate. We need to trade away Walker. So let's see if anyone wants him. So far, no. The Buccaneers do. Let's see what the Buccaneers have. They have pick number 3. Do you want him that badly? No. Okay. Because he's not actually in need. Let's see who needs a free safety if anyone does. The Chiefs do. Do they want Walker? They do want Walker. They have pick 12 in the draft. They have a lot of cap room. They took that. Got a first-round pick for Walker. I will take that all day. All day. All right, so I think I am going to... Because we had Edmonds also. He's 26. I didn't expect Detroit to get Earl Thomas. I didn't really need to get Earl Thomas, but he brings something into the team, having that shutdown capability that no one else does. Let's look at the specialist sub linebacker role. Oh, that didn't help. I need to generate my best lineup. And then we'll look at the specialist role. So Adderley has the potential we could move him into linebacker. I'm almost even tempted to try to do that with Earl Thomas. Put him at middle linebacker. Let's see what happens when I do that. He comes in 82 overall. He's better than any of our other middle linebackers, so I'm okay with that. We keep Edmonds and Adderley at safeties. Earl Thomas becomes a middle linebacker, and that just makes our linebacking core way better. Could almost go back to a 3-4, but I don't need to. I like this 4-3 where we're at right now. All right. McCoy really does need to get more of an opportunity now. So we're going to put him above Williams. Williams will still be the slot guy, but when there's 4 wide receivers, he'll be in that number 3 position. Okay, we got 5th-year options. Jeff Okudah, definitely want to have him for another year. All right, let's look at the rest of the free agents, see who else is still out there. See if there's anybody we want. Like I talked about, left end, see if there's one of these guys. Like, we could go after Kerrigan again. He had a very good year for us. Just give him another low ball offer. We have the cap space. He should sign with us. Defensive tackle, still would be nice to have another defensive tackle. I mean, we brought Hill back. I think we're okay. Left outside linebacker. We need some depth at left outside linebacker. So I'll sign somebody who doesn't want a ton. Like, even Jamie Collins doesn't want a ton. I'll give him a 1-year contract. Middle linebacker, we're really good at. Right outside linebacker, I feel good at. Cornerback, this was one of the ones we wanted to see. Eli Apple. I would bring Eli Apple to the team. Kevin King's still out there. No one else signed him up. And he's done well for us. I don't need to offer him a crazy contract, though. It's just we need to have some other corners. Joanne Williams. He's young. Gives us somebody for the next few years. All right. I feel pretty good with the rest of the team now. We still got our kicker and punter. So let's see who comes to the team. And we got everybody, it looks like. So let's go back in here and adjust this again. Definitely helps us out. Ooh, we forgot about tight end. Yeah, we're going to have to look at that after the draft. Or get one in the draft. All right. Feel pretty good about who we have playing where. Going into this last season we're going to be doing tonight. All right. Let's go to the draft and then get to the next season. We have pick 12. Definitely got to go through the draft board here. Got a good wide receiver there. Left end. Strong safety. Wide receiver, guard. There's some good players here. Sadly, no tight ends. So definitely have to look in free agency for that. Well, there are some tight ends. They're just not any kind of like good tight ends, it looks like. Don't think there's anybody in the later rounds here. Oh, we got a left tackle who's really good. Probably just normal development, though, since this is a generated class. Yeah, tight ends, not good tight ends this year. So, we will just go to my pick. See who is available from our draft board. Rodney Pace was likely the best pick, which wouldn't be a bad pick for us because I had to go sign a whole bunch of cornerbacks out of free agency. To get a young guy in would help. Because all these guys, none of them are early first rounders. So definitely going to take Rodney Pace. Number 6 in value in the draft, took him at 12. I will take that. Go to our next first round pick. Let's see what I'm being offered. First rounders next year. Again, I don't even care about picks for next year. A first and a second this year. First, second, third. First next year, second and third this year. First, third. I will take the Colts. I'll move back, get their first rounder next year and their third rounder next year. They took Angel Fletcher. Let's see who's available. David Logan. Don't need a safety. Corey Williams. Jakari Bowman. He might be the pick. Yeah, we're going to take Jakari Bowman. It's probably only normal development. Yep, but he's ranked number 11. Yeah, this is the thing when you get to the user-generated ones. It kind of stinks because you just get a bunch of normal development guys. Bengals are offering me a first and a fourth next year and a fourth this year. First, second this year. First, third, and fourth this year. I don't want a first rounder this year. Just give me a bunch of picks next year. First and second next year. I'll probably take New York's. First, second. That's what was New York's? Yeah, I'll take Arizona. Load up for our next stream. Get some picks for next year. First, second, third from the Giants. I will take it. All right, let's see. Well, if I'm being offered a first-round pick, I will do this. So if I'm just being offered picks for next year, I will totally do it. Oh, we'll take Miami's because, never mind. No, I won't. First, fourth, fifth, first, third, first, third, first, third. Okay, let's take Carolina's. All right, let's see if there's anybody worth taking from my draft board. Carl Hardy. Let's take him. He's probably only normal development. Yep, but he's number 19, took him at 48. That means this wasn't a very good draft class, unfortunately. First, 7th, and 4th. First, 5th, and 4th. First, 2nd, 3rd Titans. It's the next pick. Trade this one away too. First, 4th, and 5th. That's what I'm being offered so far. All right. Anybody worth taking? Antoine Cheek it is. All these guys are normal development. Make your next pick. Spencer Bueller, sure. Normal development. Next pick. Anybody that's actually worth taking that I scouted. Quincy Tyson, no. Billy McDermott, Ricky Ferguson, sure. Jimmy Maggie. Yeah. Nobody else. So let's take Jimmy Maggie. And advance to the end of the draft. Okay. Look at the draft recap really quick. Overall, Donovan Sharpton, who was taken #1, is the best. Rodney Pace is there. Kirkland Jeffrey was pretty good. All right. And look at our lineup. Generate the... Oh, did not want to change the scheme. My bad. Just want to generate the best lineup we can have. Again, McCoy needs to be bumped up. We got a lot of wide receivers now. Nobody on offense, though. That is unknown. Defensively, we got Pace now, who is going to be up and coming. And that's why he's going to get the slot corner spot. All right. Yeah, the other person was at outside linebacker, which was a normal development person, which was a bummer. But that is what it is. And we have some depth on the team now. All right. Really quickly, sim through the preseason. I wish you could simulate more than 1 week of the preseason. Just need to send a quick text. Sorry about that. Okay. One more week, then we can cut some people. All right. Cut you. Cut you. Cut you. Cut you. Cut you. Gonna cut all these guys. probably have way too many wide receivers. Oh, no, I'm good there. Quarterbacks, I know I have a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually pretty good there. So that's good. So who are they recommending? Jeffrey Hickman. We will cut you. And we'll move you to the practice squad. Upgrade. All right. Now we will sim to the playoffs. Let's see if Bo can get us. Well, that was. Oh, it only simulated 1 week. I must have not hit the right button. All right. Sim to the playoffs. Let's see if Bo can make it to the playoffs again in his second year. Halfway there, basically. All right, we made it to the playoffs again. Way to go, Bo. 10-6. Wild card team, though. Bears got rid of Matthew Stafford. Became a good team. Patriots went 11-5. Worst team in the league was the Dolphins. Man, I feel bad for Tua. Just no luck for them. Tua is only a 78 overall. Stayed at star development. They drafted another quarterback already. They've not helped him at offensive line. Running back. They have some good wide receivers now. I know. I just am a Dolphins fan, so I got to look at this. Yeah, they didn't really help him on the O-line. They didn't upgrade it. So that hurt him. Yep, typical Miami management. Madden got that right, at least. All right, let's look at some stats. We were the 17th best offense. Defensively, 3rd. So that's good. Bo definitely improved on his interceptions. 3,800 yards, 26 touchdowns. So an average decent year. It was a decent year, not anything spectacular. DeAndre Swift, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. That's really nice. Kenny Golladay, 988 yards, 5 touchdowns. Preston Williams, again, 10 touchdowns, 774 yards. Showing up. Blocking. Christian Darrisaw had a rough year, but overall, much better job there. Earl Thomas moving to the middle linebacker, 105 tackles. That's crazy. Tackles for loss, no double digits. Sacks. Ryan Kerrigan, low ball offer, got 12 sacks out of him. I'll take it. It'd be nice to have seen some other guys do that. Interceptions, 3 apiece for Vander Esch, Earl Thomas, and Okuda. Though that ended up working out very well, bringing in Earl Thomas. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 interceptions this year. Much better compared to last year. No TDs, though. No, I didn't want to do that. Yearly awards, MVP goes to JT Daniels. Must be the new quarterback for the Patriots. No Lions in the MVP, sadly. Coach of the year, Matt Patricia did make the list, so that's cool. Kevin Stefanski, apparently the coach for the Browns, got that award. Oh, Bill Belichick. I guess they got Bill Belichick in on the mod. Interesting. Adam Gase is with the Saints. Oh, okay. Weird. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Carson Wentz, even though they went 5-11. No Lions, unfortunately. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. Was there a Bear there? No. No Lion. Oh, Earl Thomas got on the list for Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie, Matthew Dwyer. Kirkland Jeffrey for the Bears. Tom Donnelly got on there for the Lions. So did Tavon Rose. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Donovan Sharpton. Lions have Rodney Pace. Best quarterback goes to Teddy Bridgewater for 8-8 record. Bo Nix on the list, though. Best running back goes to Zeke. DeAndre Swift did make the list. Best wide receiver goes to Terry McLaurin. Offensive lineman, Zach Martin. Let's see if he's there. Quentin Nelson, number 1. I get to keep my dollar again. Frank Ragnow and Creed Humphrey on the list. Best defensive lineman goes to DeMarcus Lawrence. Kerrigan makes the list. Best linebacker goes to Khalil Mack. No Lions. Best defense back goes to Jalen Ramsey. No Lions. So, not a lot of individual performance that time, really. But overall, not bad. I'm not going to jump into this game. I'm just going to simulate it, see if we actually win it. Being a better record team, we do playing the Saints in the divisional round. I'm going to simulate this game as well. See what happens. We make it to the conference championship. I guess I just should not jump into the games. We're going to simulate that, see if we can get to the Super Bowl. We do not. Oh, wait, we do. We beat the Cowboys. And we're in the Super Bowl against the Browns. Dang. That is unexpected. I highly doubt that we'll win. I'm not jumping in. Being a 13-3 team and Madden loves the Browns, I'm experimenting. I'm doing a little bit of science. If I simulate this and we win, something crazy happened in the background. And holy crap, we beat the Browns in the playoffs. In the Super Bowl, I mean. So, your Detroit Lions with Bo Nix win the Super Bowl to end this video. A quick look at the lineup before we end the night. Bo Nix, still at superstar. Would have been nice to see that jump up to X Factor after winning the Super Bowl, but it's okay. Maybe next year. No improvements from anyone else, unfortunately. Defensively, looks like pretty much everyone stayed the same. Again, sad. Would have been nice to see some progression from people winning a Super Bowl. But yeah, Kerrigan retired. Not expected. I mean, not unexpected. So, yeah. That is where we'll end the video. We'll do free agency in the second part. I am going to continue on with this. I'll do this again next week. Curious to see how Bo Nix can do. He won a Super Bowl. Did something that Matthew Stafford never could with the Lions. So, let's see if we have a repeat of Tua, though, where he doesn't do anything else after this. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely check us out on YouTube. Like I said, keep an eye out on our YouTube channel. I'm going to start doing some episodes of taking the Miami Dolphins starting back in 2003 through history. See, can I do better with the team than what actually happened in real life? So stay tuned for that on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/HitPoint. Stay tuned to hear us on Twitch, just with what we'll be doing as we have streams coming along. I'll be doing another live stream part 2 of the Detroit Lions realistic rebuild next week, along with some other things. So stay tuned to our schedule. Again, thanks for tuning in. You guys are great.